before we get started on this show, that we got to have something to sip on. Oh, yes. The beautiful, the angelic, the lovely, sometimes toxic. Anissa's in the building tonight with your wine of choice. We're going to bring Anissa up to the building tonight. Hey, Sugar, how you doing tonight?
Good evening, BMU. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. What is the wine tonight? The floor is yours.
Thank you. So tonight we are looking at a selection from Brown Estate, which is in Napa, California. Here's the bottle. It's a beautiful bottle. So we're going to do a total of 3 wines from the House of Brown. So Brown Estate is the first Black-owned winery in Napa, California. So if you're ever in the area and you get a chance to visit, it is an amazing, amazing experience. But the reason that I chose House of Brown is that each wine is produced by a woman of color. So I thought that that was absolutely amazing. So tonight's selection is a rosé, and whenever I think of rosé, I definitely think of spring and summer. So this rosé is a beautiful, beautiful pale pink blush color. It's so pretty, guys. And the notes are star jasmine, watermelon, raspberry, wild strawberry, blood orange, and yuzu, which is an Asian fruit that is a cross between lemon and mandarin orange. So it's very light, very vibrant. I think of sushi, I think of our salads that we eat during the summer, and I'm enjoying it so far. So House of Brown, there's a rosé, which we're having tonight. There's a Chardonnay we're going to explore, and there's also a red blend. Cheers.
I just wanted Anissa to get a little bit more playtime up there. She wanted to smile. A couple of guys out here said they want to take her from Bartholomew, her now boyfriend. So I just wanted to give them a little staring time to look at upon Anissa's face. Matter of fact, let's give them a little bit more. Anissa, turn to your left, turn to your right, spin around and break it down tonight. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're about to get this show started. The next face you will see is Lost in Translation, checking everybody in, making sure everybody's good in the chat. Make sure everybody's good on the panel. And then my boy JT from What We Know Podcast gonna make sure everybody in the chat is warm and good tonight as well. Right after this. Look at this one more time, y'all. Go ahead. Stop. Take a picture. Hey, yeah.
Hey, this burns me, man.
Did you hear when the boy popped his lips, man?
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome back to another edition of Flipping Tables on the Black Man Unfiltered Network with BMU and Lost in Translation. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and get the how you doings out the way. First of all, how y'all doing, man? JT, how you doing, brother? Sounds like your mic is unmuted.
Now you can. I bet you can hear me now, can't you?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. How are you today?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you and welcome back to the show, brother. Glad to have you back. And we're
Yes,
going to
sir.
start around the room. Let's start with the ladies. Let's start with Embrace the Grace. And Grace, how are you this evening?
Grace.
I'm good. Today was a hard day for me. Reality set in. My son turned 18 today, and we were supposed to spend the day together, but the girl in Florida kept him a day extra, and it's all good. So that really set reality in. He's not my baby anymore. So
Oh, man.
He
What?
got other
that's
things
okay.
to do, Grace. He got other things to do.
I worked out, I cooked, I worked on my YouTube channel. So trust me, the day one monkey don't stop no show. I've had him all my life for 18 years. He'll be back tonight. He's on a plane right now.
That's right.
So
We're going to see. It's going to set in a minute.
And then you see him, tell them the people said, "Happy birthday
Exactly.
I
to
will.
you."
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
Grace,
you.
Grace
18.
is not worried about him because it's a long distance relationship. It's probably over, but by the time he gets down,
Indeed.
I
Also,
mean, I hear you, but it's still what was going on this whole 14 days he been gone.
well, first of all, it's none of your business. Yeah, like, don't be thinking
He
about
grown
that.
now.
You don't need to be worried about that.
I'm not
grown
trying to be
now.
nobody grandma right now, okay?
Oh, man.
Yeah, he got you covered. You know,
Yeah.
Indeed. Thank you so much.
You taught him well. You taught him well.
Thank
You out of your fucking mind? Are you crazy?
well, first of all, I'm gonna make some graceful clips where I'm not cursing. I'm gonna put on my square frame glasses and say something nice, man.
Indeed.
Gee.
All right. We'll
Marpane, get a jar. Get a jar. For every cuss that you do, there's a dollar goes in a jar.
there you go.
I bet that'll cut it out.
stuff that they play too, So I'm taking these L's forever.
Indeed. Anissa, how are you today, man? I like that blush you had over there, girl.
Yeah, it was
That
nice.
rosé.
So
I
Rose,
bet that pairs good with a
I like her
cucumber
hair.
salad,
Yeah.
something light and vibrant,
yeah, it was good. It's hard to find a good rosé because sometimes they can be very dry, and I don't like too
Right.
dry, but this is good. So
Well, good.
you should try it. But I've had a good day. Had to work today, but I will not complain. Got a job and thankful for that. So ready to get into this topic tonight.
Indeed. One last question. Well, how did you find out about the House of Brown? How did you come across that?
Well, my friend group, one of my girlfriends had her 50th a few years, maybe about 5 years ago now, 6 years ago. And for her 50th, she wanted to go to Napa.
Okay.
And so it was about 20 of us.
Wow.
We flew out to Napa and did a tour of several wineries out there. And Brown Estate was one of the ones. And like I said, it's the very first Black-owned winery in Napa, which is saying something. So we went, and it was an amazing, amazing experience. I would recommend it to anyone.
Indeed. I love the artwork on that bottle too. That was
I
very
know, isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. And like I said, all the wines are, this is their second label, actually. This is called House of Brown. And all of the wines are made by women of color, which are the members of the family, the Brown family.
As soon as I saw the size of that glass, I knew it was my sister.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
That's outstanding. We want to
the
support our
bottle,
sisters in
the size of the
Yes.
bottle. I knew it was my sister.
Right.
Absolutely.
Man, a lot of sisters are getting into the alcohol thing. They got a Black-owned business that does what? Is it cognac or something else, something like that? Like the equivalent to Jack Daniels, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Try to support.
Also, thank you so much, Anissa. I also want to welcome to the stage. Take heed to the message. Take heed. How are you doing this evening, ma'am?
Ooh, I don't know. I had a rough week. It's been something.
That's understandable.
I thank God that I'm here. I thank God for my husband. Despite all that he's going through right now, I thank God for his courage. I thank God for his strength. I love you, my darling. That's all.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Take it. Also, Mr. Bennett, how are you today, sir?
I've been doing well, nearing end of tax season. I do everybody's taxes in the family, so
Oh wow.
just wrapping up hours, and yes, I'm getting a little money back this year, thank God. So, so all's good there. I got my workout in tonight. Set a personal bet. I haven't been to these levels in a while. 285 squat for 10 reps.
That's what's up.
And at 54, so I'm not trying to break any records. Do run rep maxes. If I can't do 8, then I'm not doing it. But I'll feel it in the morning. But just grateful that I still have the health and the vitality to continue to do what I do at my age. So, just trying to, set an example of guys over 50. You can take care of your health and fitness, all aspects of your strength training, especially. I know a lot of guys like to do aerobic stuff, but don't neglect the strength training, because that's your bone density. That's your, really, as you get older, you really want to make sure that you're strong, that you have, mobility and things of that nature. So, just trying to live the example and be the example for people.
That's right. You want to make sure you take care of yourself, fellas.
Yes,
You don't want to be down here laying on the floor talking about I'm falling and I can't
Get up.
If you are laying on the floor, that's because you had a hard workout. All right. So yeah, that's a good reason to be on the floor, but then you get up from there.
Indeed. It's all about that flexibility, man, and making sure you stay limber and keep your core solid. That's right. And last but not least, our pain, how are you today, sir?
Fine. Hello, everybody. Yeah, Mr. Best. So you do the taxes, huh? Do you use TurboTax, anything like that?
Over the years, I've used both, but I use HR Block, and now they got the one online. So I just go online. I just use that tool there. But I've been doing tax work since, they used to come out on those CDs. So you talk about like 1992, 93. So with 30
I've been
years,
using TurboTax for about that long myself. I do my own taxes. I taught my daughters how to do theirs, so I can't stand doing taxes. Oh my God. I still haven't finished mine yet, but it's not that big.
I'm about halfway through with ours. Usually, I know the good news or the bad news within the first 20 minutes. I know if I owe, if I owe, then I gotta work the numbers to cut the tax burden down. But now I got to lead, and I'm trying to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give them any more of my money than I need to. So
I'm with you. Yeah. So I'm with you. Yeah. So that's cool. Everything's good. It's been a good week.
Read that.
They already on.
You know what I'm saying? I told my wife how you guys keep telling me how old I am. She pat me on the back and said, "You still got it, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't let them get you down."
That's all that matters.
Yeah. She looked at me and said, "Yeah, they're telling the truth, goddamn."
Why keeps it 100 with you?
Anyway, everything's great, man. Let's have a good show.
Arpain, can you hear me? Pretty quick.
No, I can't hear a goddamn thing you say.
Man, how much did you get Moses back on his taxes? I just want to see. Did you get him 30 things of gold or silver? Or how much?
You know what I did? I made him turn in those goddamn tablets that he came down off the mountain.
Oh, okay.
That was it. He had to give me those tablets, man. Hey Moses, you can't get. That's the price of you not being able to get into the promised land. Those tablets.
You should have had.
There you go, paying ride with it.
Hey, I just want to say before we move on, who had everybody went already?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to just say, Lost in Translation, how are you, sir?
I am well, sir. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely, man. And JT?
I'm doing well, bro. Doing well. It's Wednesday.
I want to say to the panel.
I mean Tuesday. What the hell?
Tuesday.
I know.
Pushing us forward. I do want to take some time to say that we love you. We did a moment of silence for your husband in your absence on the last show. We love you. You are our sister, and we just don't want to let things pass by because you're always coming to help others. And I just want to recognize you tonight. And I want to say to you, and put you on this big screen right here, okay? Get your shit, get it together. I want to say to you that we love you. We love you to death. You are a great mother. You are a great wife. How you are there for your husband, how you are obedient to him and there for him in his time of bereavement. We just thank you for being the woman that you are. And you are clearly the standard for what women need to be today. And so we love you. We care for you. And we just want to say thank you for all that you do in this space. Okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely. All right. Anissa, thank you for helping everybody get drunk. Embrace the grace. Thank you for gracing us with your presence tonight. Because I know, listen, I'm at work. I watch this here. I was at work. I don't know why them niggas be watching my stuff at work. I don't know why them niggas be watching my stuff. But I was at work, and one of the young ladies passed by me, and she said, "It's y'all fucking fault." I said, "Our fault for what?" She said, "That's what Embrace the Grace said on your show yesterday." I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Did you listen to that in context though?" She was saying that we need to tell y'all the fuck off.
Mhm.
One of the young ladies said, "Well, I like what Anissa said. Ain't nobody gonna tell me." She said she checked your ass. Nobody gonna tell me. And then one of the young men in my job told me to tell Anissa, he's about 27. He said, "Tell Anissa if she's," I'm gonna repeat what he said now, because I know you got tough skin. He said, "Tell Anissa if she want to give up some of that ass, he'll come and mow that grass."
Wow.
It's gotta be a trade-off. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
Fair exchange is no robbery.
He definitely want to roast those beans over there with you.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
My.
The great incubator.
BMU, how brother-in-law doing?
Oh my God, my brother is stupid as ever, and I just pray for him daily. He's crazy.
Okay.
Embrace the Grace. You know what, Embrace? I want to say something to you before we get started.
Oh Lord.
Embrace the Grace, your presence, and the fact that you're not married. We know you're in a relationship, but you're not married. I think I think the food on your dinner plate is tipping over on somebody else's table. We'll talk about that later, okay? I feel something on the inside coming out on the outside. Touch your neighbor and say something's coming. Oh yes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go in my preacher voice here. Matter of fact, Embrace the Grace. It was an eclipse yesterday, but he told me it can be one tonight. Yeah.
Can you stop making me blush, please?
He's gonna make an eclipse with you tonight.
You talk about the rose, them cheeks are now rose right now.
I'm telling you.
All right, guys. I want to say this. Last week, Lost in Translation and I did a surgery. All right, it was a really good surgery, and we cut it up and put it back together again last week when we were talking about King Kong's mother. And King Kong's mother had something to say in her soliloquy about Black Men Unfiltered, but she happened to say, when women have sex, the best thing, men don't understand that it's not nasty that women are sexually active with men. All they have to do is just go wash it off and they'll be fine. I don't know if you guys saw that episode. She said, just wash that thing off. And you should be fine. I'm going to say it for the people in the back. She said, wash it off.
Wrench around and wrench it off.
Wrench it off.
Wash it off and tag it under your feet.
She said, wash it off and everything will be fine. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out into the atmosphere tonight. Guys, when it comes to sexual ignorance, should women be encouraging other women to get as much penis as you want, just afterwards just wash it off?
Wash it off. That's so nasty.
That's what she said. She said, wash it off. Act like you just can't wash it off.
Yeah. Mr. Bennett.
Oh God.
How do you feel about a young lady giving a dissertation to your daughters and say, young ladies, be sexually free, but when he get done, just go to your dorm rooms and just wash it off and you'd be okay? What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Bennett?
Well, I don't think it's that simple. Because I think for women in general, okay, again, there's always the exceptions, but I think generally women, I think, are more emotionally tied to sex than men. So how do you wash that off? Now, that said, I'm just not one. I don't condemn people. I think anybody you can, make some decisions to turn your life around, get the help that you need to get back on it. If Rahab can be in Jesus' bloodline, then anybody can, can start over. So I don't want to condemn anybody, or a woman especially, but it's definitely going to require a change of behavior. And I guess the more bodies you had, it may take that much more work. But no, I think generally, again, women's emotions, they put more of their bodies into it, more than just their bodies into it, and that can't just wash off. And it's interesting. We had a conversation Friday night barbershop. I kind of started a conversation, and then on our gray area show, we had a whole show on kissing and just kissing culture around the world. And it's statistically really only half the world kisses, right? There's peoples around the world. It's just not, especially in Africa, like it's not normal necessarily for people to kiss over there. But I remember watching an interview with some prostitutes, and if I can say that, I don't know, can I say that?
Oh yeah, you can say that. I'm just trying to figure out why you want
right. Ladies of the evening.
And ladies of the evening, fine. I'll use that video. Fine. And they talked about, it's almost like in part like the sex is almost like the easy part, but the one thing that they will not do is kiss, because for them it's like kissing is like the window, the mirror to the soul. That's a very intimate thing. So it's almost like they don't mind giving up their bodies, but if I kiss you, that's like off limits, and it's not because where my mouth has been. It's more so that that's just too much of a connection to me. So I can't. I think it's true to an extent in that, guys. I mean, you can have angry sex, right? Like with your wife or whatever, but you can't kiss angry. You know what I mean? Like you have to be in a good space mentally and whatnot in order to have that kind of level of intimacy. Someone, if I'm mad at you, yeah, I may hit it, from the back or whatever, and be like, all right, I'm out of here. But to kiss, that's a totally different energy and level. So I think especially if these girls are also doing that as well, again, you're connecting. So for those type of relationships, when you going from guy to guy and you're connecting on those kind of levels, yeah, that's dangerous. I think all of it's dangerous just because of the health concerns and everything else. But yeah, if you're going to be that loose with the number of partners that you have or whatnot, there is a cost that may come with that you just can't wash off, and you have to be mindful of that. And especially if you're into kissing, from everything that I understand about it, it's another level of intimacy that if you get connected there, that's even harder to come back from. So I just thought that the conversation that we had last Friday and then on Sunday was interesting, and so this kind of just led up to my commentary here.
That was amazing. That was amazing. R-Pain, what do you got to say about the issue? So
women
just washed it off.
Well, first I'm mad that Mr. Bennett came up with the kissing thing and not me, because that's what I'm mad at, because it's absolutely true. I mean, back in the day, I used to, when I was halfway decent looking, I thought if I kissed a woman, she was mine. That's what I really thought that. If I got one kiss in there, that was it. That was it. So I got pretty good at it. Yeah. But that's how I hypnotized my wife. But because she still can't see. But anyway, so you're right about that. But as far as the washing off thing, it's not the you can't wash off the damage that the residue of the energy of all those men is left on you.
Black man said R-Pain.
Man, Roop was pretty good, man.
He said R-Pain kissed Roop before Boaz. She ain't been right ever since, huh?
Hey, listen, man, if her name was Ruth, man, she was my girl. Anyway, so let me put it to you this way. So I agree. You can't wash the residue of the energy that's remaining in you, no matter how much you soak or anything like that. So if you're a promiscuous woman, you know how much damage you're really doing in those times. And the reason why they keep having new lovers, because if they don't, that means they have to think about what they're doing. And that's the last thing you want to do, because once you reflect on how you made your life the way it is, there's some damage that's done, and you kind of know it. I mean, I'm tired of us giving women a pass. They absolutely know what they're doing, and it's damaging them because, we can go on TikTok and there's no shortage of women who, after they had the city girl and city girl era, whole phase, they're all damaged in their 30s, and they freely admit it on the internet. So and I'll leave it there. So you can't wash it off, And besides, when a woman has sex, she's got to do more than just wash it off. She's got to soak and all other kind of shit too. So let me just leave it there.
Making a vinegar soup.
Oh man. Oh man.
Come on, take heed, save us from this foolishness. Can't women just wash it off?
I can't save you. I want to join.
Well, come on in. The water's fine.
Now, this is what I want to say. I'm tired of us talking about how women want to do nonsense. Okay, I'm tired of it. If she want to sell pussy, damn it, let her sell pussy. That's right. If she want to give it to everybody, let her give it to everybody. It's her prerogative to give out that pussy. Okay? Now, this is my real answer. You cannot wash off relationships, not even relationships, one night stands. You can't wash that mess off. You can't. And everybody know that we are more prone to stuff like this than men are. Men are designed to be able to conquer. We are not. But here we go. We got my body, my choice. And everybody think this mess makes sense. So they want to copy everything that a man can do, and they'll tell you, I can do the same thing that a man can do. But I want to share something with you. At the end of the day, when you have been laid down by so many men, baby, that thing is painful. It's painful. Some of these young women get on these social media platforms, talk about they be laughing when they do the interview. I slept with over 100 men. I slept with over 300 men. One girl got up there and said she slept with over 2,000 men. Can you imagine? 2,000 people doing exercise on you. Because that's what it is. A man is just actually doing exercise on you. That's it. Can you imagine that many people jumping on you? That does not make sense. And God did not create us to be like that. He didn't. He didn't. And so we sit up here, we believe this nonsense. We think it makes sense at the time. These same women who come to social media and talk about how many men that they have slept with, baby, I bet you, late in the midnight hour, they get in that hot shower and they sit in that shower. They can't even stand in that shower. They sit in that shower. Women are soft creatures, but we try to play hard for social media. We try to play like nothing bothers us. But at the end of the day, you got to deal with yourself. So no, baby, you can't wash that off. I'm done.
Thank you, Takey. And now we're going to talk to Anessa. Anessa, how do we keep women from being exercise equipment? We're going from Bowflex to Hoflex. I mean, what?
Bowflex.
How do we keep them from being used like exercise equipment? And they just wash it off.
Well, I think that was Tanya TKO, right? That said that the other day. I think it's misleading, and it's also a dangerous thing to promote in society. And we can see the effects of it. I have them. I mean, they're not my friends, but I have young ladies where I get my nails done and stuff like that, and they're late 20s and early 30s. And, you know, when I talk to them, you know, to myself, I say, oh my, I'm like, these girls are getting it in. I mean, because it's nothing for me. You know, I go and get my nails done, and then I might see you 2 weeks or a month later, and it's another guy, you know, that they met. And then the next time you go and it's another guy. And, you know, we went to Atlanta, we got a room. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, Payne, there used to be a time where, you know, we did that. We go together, like real bad. Like we go together, like me and you, we in this thing together. But these young women don't think like that. And we see the effects of it. You know, marriage rates are down. People don't want to be in relationships. The masculinity of women thinking that they can do the same things that men can do, and it's okay. We wonder where this trauma comes from. We wonder where all of these issues come from. And this is where it stems from. And honestly, I think it's a change. It's a mindset. It's a heart that needs to be reset, and it's a mind that needs to be reset. That it's not okay and it's not acceptable. And if you want better for your life, you're going to have to make better decisions, and that is not the answer.
Thank you. Embrace the grace. You saw it.
Somebody got
Okay.
feedback.
Somebody
Who
got
has
some
feedback? Can you hear me? Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is that little girls are over sexualized from the rip. And we don't teach them the value of their womb. I remember my dad always telling me, your body is your temple. Don't let nobody touch it. I mean, it was like every time I would walk out the house, you know, and it was ingrained in me. But the thing is, these little girls are being over sexualized by their big mamas, grandmothers, the videos, the music, the clothes that they're wearing. We're teaching them things that is not age appropriate. Why are we teaching third graders about sexuality when we should be teaching them how to do cursive? You know, they don't even do cursive anymore. So when you got that there, and then you grow up to be in high school, and like Anissa, I coached basketball, and I hear these girls talking and the things that they're doing and what they're gonna do. It's crazy. Half the things they do in elementary and middle school, I didn't do till my 3rd year in college. I'm like, what? You know, I felt like a prude. But the fact remains is there's not enough fathers in the house to put down the law when it comes to that. They have bad examples growing up. Liberate now feminism and thinking that it's liberating for women to have sex, and now women think that they can move like men. We are receivers. We receive the energy. We receive y'all DNA, and that DNA stays there. You can't wash that off. It sits there. There's a lot that sits there. And for women to just give out their womb like it's Halloween candy, it's crazy to me. And when I hear these body counts, 80, I mean, there are no walls. By the time they get married, there's no walls. They're all fucked out. And now the husband has to suffer because now they're in a sexless marriage. I mean, save yourself. Can't we do other things besides sex? Are there anything else these kids and younger people can do besides sex? I mean, you have your whole life ahead of you. But with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted.
Thank you so much. JT, I know you saw it, man. What are your thoughts on the matter, man?
Yeah.
Can they just wash it off?
No, for one, you can't. But you know that woman is garbage, man. And she's been garbage for some years now. I remember when she was sitting there documenting her homelessness on video and stuff like that, man. She is not an authority for anything that deals with relationships. And it's like I've had conversations with her myself, and she makes no sense whatsoever. So it just gets to a point where, yeah, you telling some women, young women at that, to retch around and wrench it off. That's not, not good. Because even when you look at it, if she just, and it's just funny because all we have to do is just look at the stats. Diseases, that's just, STDs, STIs, along with having these relationships that's making these young women go crazy because they're tied to so much energy, and then they got so much toxic, stuff that's in them. When you start talking about just having sex and you don't even kiss, you know how far away from love that you are. You are far from that.
Yeah.
It's crazy where people, I can understand why nobody wants to get married, because they can't even, be intimate with one another. They want to do all these different things sexually, but the last thing that they want to do is be intimate.
Yep.
So it's kind of like being, on a woman's part, you being submissive and non-submissive at the same time. You are trusting pretty much a stranger. And you are letting this man inside you. And you're letting him do whatever he wishes inside you, but you won't kiss him.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy, man.
Why do you think that is, JT?
That's ass backwards.
Again,
it has to do with ass, though, I think. Because
no,
I think
it doesn't. It's like I said, they said listen to the interview, it's just different. It connects in a different, especially like I'm not talking about just
intimate, more
right,
intimate.
I'm talking about when, like, me and our parents, we were talking about on Friday. I mean, you be kissing your girl for hours. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's communication. It's like a dance. It's a tango. You take a break, you go back, you start with the light pecks and kisses, you go back and forth or whatever, you get deep, you come out. It's like I said, it's a dance. It's like it's a rhythm. So, and the fact that we weren't, and the thing is, again, we weren't even trying to get it, like my wife and I, my wife was a virgin. I guess I could share that. And we were celibate before marriage. We didn't have sex before marriage. But
wait, whoa, Mr. Bennett, you said your wife was a virgin when y'all married?
Yeah.
You lucky motherfucker, you.
But
he ordered it. What y'all expect?
Right.
But I mean,
did you see that list?
Ain't nobody doing that simple but you.
That was on the menu, brother. Come on.
Actually, I didn't put. That wasn't a requirement. I didn't put it on the. I mean, I didn't. A high body count I wasn't looking for, but really, it was just about where she was. Like I said, I'm not one of these folks who's like, oh, she's had too many. Like, at least, or don't ask, don't tell with me. I just don't want to have that. Because people can change and grow and all that stuff. So I didn't want to have that as a condition. But the point is, though, again, those mega on the couch, in the car, or whatever. I mean, that was part of the courtship. You know what I'm saying? And it's still like today. It's like I challenged couples on Friday and even on our Sunday show. I asked the married people, when was the last time you laid one on your spouse? And I mean, like, really laid it in, but no sex. Like, it's just like I said before, like sometimes, like, in the morning, my wife leaves. I was like, look, I need a deposit. Right? Give me a little deposit, and we will revisit this later on. But I mean, some sugar. I think JT said, when's the last time you gave your husband some sugar? You know what I mean? So I think it's affected. I think a lot of people. It's not just the young people, because from what I'm hearing, like the Gen Zers, like even Trey Taylor said on Friday that he's not really kissing ladies anymore. So again, a lot of these young people, they would rather suck it than kiss.
That's crazy to me.
I mean, it's So you got that going on with the years. You got the older couples, and I'm not saying that your marriage is in trouble. Like, you 20 years in or whatever, y'all just, y'all having plenty of sex.
Mm-hmm.
But where's that in the kitchen? You go by, you kind of rub her, you just come on, babe. You just
Right.
just let it in there.
They say, "Come on, baby, one more time."
Keep it moving. It's like it doesn't mean like, bam, okay, let's go upstairs now or anything like that.
Right.
You just lay one on and keep it moving. So I'm saying for older couples, that's why I put a challenge out there. If you are married or have a significant other, I challenge you, have one night where all you guys do is snuggle and kiss. Go further than second base for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
and see how that works for you.
That's right.
But yeah, I just think just with that connection, I think it's across all levels. But with the young people, they're like, I'm not into. I'm not into.
Another thing too, Mr. Bennett. Kissing is an art. Some people can't kiss.
Absolutely, 100%.
Got their chattering teeth, clicking teeth and shit.
Slobbering all over.
It's a skill, I mean, you may make some mistakes early on. You may bite the lip. You may do whatever, but it's like, but again, it's a dance. When you and your lady get in rhythm,
I told my prom date, Mr. Bennett. I said she kissed me. I said, just been over.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. I tell you, man.
That's like there's a resonance. It's like when you and her resonate, and it's just like, I mean, my wife could be like knocked out sleep or whatever. And all I gotta do is just go near her lips. It's almost like automatic. She just catches my lips. She just you sleep.
She sleep. Man.
She'll be like, just I don't have to do nothing.
Just making kissing into a porno movie, man.
No,
it's
That's the point.
We need to get back to, as JT said, the art. The courtship, the dance, the making time, because now it's like everyone's so busy. You only got 30 minutes, right?
Right.
Everyone's like, look, let's just get this in, and boom, and there's the kids, there's the baby, there's the this or the that or whatever. Again, yes, we're old. We're old. All right, we'll just admit that. All right. Back in the day, you put the Luther Vandross on, the Earth, Wind and Fire, the Quiet Storm on, or whatever, and
Quiet Storm.
Yeah, Barry White, whatever it was. You just put that on, and that was your
dramatics.
It's safe to say, Mr. Benny, you walking in with a towel on, baby all on your chest, turn them off.
No, that's the thing. See, no. Quite the opposite. Dry. Like I said, dry. Right?
So
except for the lips and the tongue, it was dry. Clothes on.
Yeah.
Light petting. Okay. You can touch, you can fondle, you can do whatever.
Let me get this man a big screen.
But the build up, so that when you finally get to the act, it's there, it's ready, it's on. And I think you have to keep that going in your marriage. So like I said, for married people, I don't, to this point, I don't care if you're having sex. To me, sex is not a barometer anymore. I used to think it was. I don't think that's a barometer of the state of your marriage. Do you kiss intimately,
Mr. Bennett?
I think that is a better indicator, because if your kissing game is on, I think everything else just generally tends to take care.
So, Mr. Bennett, I got a question for you. Once the kissing happens, you said the kiss leads to everything else. And so I think that when you pour into the woman with the kiss, the woman in reciprocation would literally have you like this.
But again, not necessarily. Like I said, sometimes again you're leaving a deposit. Like if what the heck, if she's on her monthly, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so you might not be doing, some people. No, some people do. I'm not.
Some people do what?
On the month.
Go through the red light.
The red light, yes.
That's exactly what you're talking about, man.
Some people do
travel on muddy waters.
But I'm saying, but even then, it doesn't mean that you got to just shut it down.
Right.
You got to be clear. You talking about penis or mouth?
Shit, somebody.
Yeah, this after hours.
If it's on, that means she didn't tell you nothing.
Here's the problem. Y'all the ones who are going. You guys are the ones who are going to home base. I'm saying I'm not even trying to get to home base. I can't get to home base, or it's just not the time.
Yeah.
I'm saying
just being obtuse, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Obtuse, man. Forgive him.
Again, spend one night. Keep your clothes on.
Yeah.
And just make out. Just make that romantic, intimate time.
They used to call it.
A lot of people are just not doing it.
Well, it's good. Yeah, it's all true because me and my wife, we kiss every single day, but it ain't all that deep throating you're talking about. But we do kiss every day.
You don't have to do it.
Let me say this. Every so often, I slip the tongue in there, and we get a little bit in
That's
there.
it.
We're going to a hotel at the end of this month.
Imagine your tongue out.
So I'm gonna tell her we're gonna kiss, but you know what? It's gotta be a little bit more than that.
How you doing? How you doing? Our show us.
You're doing like Tony Montana and Scarface.
Like Manny from Scarface. You what, man? Show you shit. Get me off the screen, goddammit.
So can I just land the kissing situation for the ladies' side?
Come on, Grace. Talk to us. Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the other ladies, but if she down there don't get moist and while you're kissing me, then it ain't even going that far. That's how important kissing is to me. And if I know I'm going there with you, we must kiss. So
that's another thing. That is your barometer.
That's my indicator.
That's what I'm saying. Let's say if you just start seeing somebody or dating them or whatever, whether it be second date, whatever, whenever you guys start. That kissing is communication. That lets you know how loose she is, so to speak. If she's all down, doing deep dive on you from rip, that may tell you something. But again, if you're not, if you don't get that, whatever you call it, that fire, that whatever, she might not be the one for you. But if you kiss her and it's like magic, if you want to call it that, whatever that is, that spark or whatever. Sparkle. Yes, this might be the one that I need to be spending my time with. So you didn't have to
ask a question of the men.
Clothes off. You didn't have to do anything like that.
Because I've been told this, so I have had men tell me, can you tell how good a woman will be in bed by how she kisses you?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
Yes, hell yeah! Because her tongue moved just like I asked it. Take heed, no, look at take heed. Take heed to preach to us tonight.
I gotta ask a question though, Mr. Bennett, real quick. I'm not trying to give you no pushback, but
she don't like that cuddling.
I love the cuddling. I love it, right? But my cuddling always lead to something else. And I know you just saying right now, you gotta like stop it and not let it.
No, here's what I'm saying. It may not apply in your situation. What I'm saying, because you said you and your husband cuddle. I'm saying that's a good thing. I'm saying you got people who've been married for years. Right. They'll have sex. They'll be like, all right, fine, let's get it in or whatever. Let's get a quickie in, boom. But there's no intimacy.
Right.
You are still intimate with your husband as well as sexual with your husband. I'm not saying either or, but if you're just sexual without being intimate, you can be, again, like I said, you can be angry with each other and still get, R-Pain, you said it, I didn't. You talked about your wife with the angry hand job or whatever. Oh, yeah.
Take this.
I'm just go back and look at Friday. You put that out there. But
I'm not ashamed of that.
Okay, but I'm just saying you could.
Black David, get your black ass back in the room.
I'm just saying, take heed. I think a lot of couples are kind of in that situation.
Yeah.
When we talk about eating your wife, when you talk about still supporting your wife, when you still talk about when you still talking about those things, again, it's like when that monthly comes, it's like you guys might as well just sleep in separate rooms for the week. There's no touching. You could still be intimate, even if you're not doing it within that weekly time period. I'm saying for that, there's a lot of couples who are in that situation. And I think that is something that I think folks need to work on. But if you can still be cuddling, and if that leads to, look, wherever it goes, it goes. But I just don't want people to think that it's just like this. I'm not saying sex is important.
Let me answer this question real quick. Let me just answer this question real quick before you go.
Me a little bit. I was like, wait a minute now, how that's supposed to work? That's what I was saying. How is that supposed to work? But okay, I understand what you're saying. All right.
Let me answer this question real quick. Hey, Mr. Bennett, let me get this in before y'all go again. Anissa, you asked the question. Say it again. Ask your question again.
I was asking the men, do you think that you can tell by the way a woman kisses you how she will make love to you? Like I've heard men say,
let me answer that.
A good kisser, I think you'll be good in bed.
Well,
is there a correlation?
Well, hold on, before you go any further, because I know what you're saying. At very least, you know she'll be ready. If she's a good kisser and she give you all that tongue and stuff, you at very least know she'd be ready for. If she wants to give you the goodies, you at very least you know she's not going to be resistant to that.
Why do we keep calling it the goodies if we ain't never had it?
Well, because it's goodies no matter whether you have it or not. You know where it's at. That's where the goodies
might be booty.
So what?
It may be. It may not be goody. It may be.
Oh my God!
Well, listen. We got to assume that it's good. All right. You know, for the sake of argument, let's assume that it's shit's good. All right.
Sandpaper.
But I gotta
see a young woman. Ain't no sandpaper down there. That's just.
Does it have to be tongue all the time?
No. Like I said, you would
be with the lips and
take heed.
Like I said, take heed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like I said, that's the dance.
Yeah.
Dance is the part. It's in sections, right?
You don't need the tongue, but I mean, you do it without the tongue too.
Yes.
Bite a little bit, suck a little bit.
Yes. All of it. You get the whole kit caboodle.
Yeah.
The sucking on the lip and the biting on. Hell yeah.
It's your dance, right? Because I don't like seeing people necessarily kiss or whatever. Like you be seeing all those crazy YouTube videos when people never kissed before or whatever. They just doing this ugly. I'm not there to judge that, but the cool thing about it, it's your dance. It's whatever you make, you and your husband. It's what you guys make that out to be. It's your dance. You don't have to mimic anybody else or copy anybody else's. So you want to do, the light kisses and build up. You want to do back whatever you guys decide. It's your dance. That's what I'm saying. Intimacy is what you guys do,
but
not necessarily what the society is doing.
I just want to share this with y'all real quick too. Sometimes intimacy could be rough,
It can.
Possibly.
It's all of it.
It's a little rough,
Yeah.
It don't have to be all like. It can be a little rough. Little smacking, you know what I'm saying? Little,
make it how you want to make it.
I'm just saying.
There's layers to it. There's layers to it.
Sometimes y'all,
this is choker mother.
Do it the traditional way. Some other people are a little bit more freaky, so they do like the neck, little smacking on the ass and all that.
That's right.
So I feel like this is my
whatever works.
Kind of grossing me out.
Tonight, I don't want people to be
Nope.
Your grandma ever talk sex with you? Like this is.
I don't want to be seen tonight. Okay.
So take
so funny, man.
Hold on now.
Oh my God.
Basically, shout out to the king over there at your house. So basically, it goes down over there. You walk in, get your ass on the bed right now and lay still.
I take all orders, okay?
Listen, she be like, let me share something with you. I'm gonna share this with you tonight. Ooh, that's nasty.
You know what? I'm gonna share something with you. Somebody in the YouTube manosphere pulled my coat one day, right?
Oh my God!
To me, take heed. You one of those women who like it different type of ways. I told him, I said, sir.
Oh, this is nasty.
I want you to say this in front of my husband. Hold on, so I got my husband, and he said it. He said, I'm not trying to disrespect your wife, but it just looked like she a little rough. And my husband said to him, she a little rough. She a little rough.
You gotta get it straight.
King Sean gone Barrington living all off. Yo, Mr. Levy, tell him something. Oh,
Sing.
That's why I said we should not shame women who might not like it like that. They might
No,
like
he's not shaming
you know what
nobody.
I'm
Nope,
saying?
no shit.
No shame here, baby.
And all that, you know, on the ass, you know.
But see, you might be that advanced. See, I'm still on
I'm not
base.
shaming nobody.
You're that advanced. You're like that
What's the next
401
question?
college course. You're in the 400. That's the 400 level course there. I'm still talking. I'm just trying to ease people into 1-200 level. You're on that 400 advanced stuff right there. I'm not.
She's on the premium.
I'm just trying to deal with the
plan.
masses there. You're in those specialty classes.
That's too funny, man. Oh my God.
It's a graduate class, you know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord Jesus! Before we move forward, we do have a $2 super chat here. He said, "Mr. Bennett, you know you was parting her siege." All right, I'm gonna give y'all a little something, ladies and gentlemen. In order, this is for Take Heed and the Roughness. Bishop, good joint.
Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song. Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song. Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song. Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song. Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song. Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song. Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song. Tryna pour out all night, DJ play another song.
It's clever, baby. I'm in this bitch with AJ in the club, jumping up and down like it's payday. Party all night. Shout out to my nigga, baby. Yeah, that's my DJ. That's my DJ. Nigga, I've been rolling like a Mack truck. Bam, 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 throw me back one. Don't step on my shoes, nigga, back up. But you fuck around and get your bitch snatched up. Yeah, they done let me in, they done let me through, yeah. Nigga, it's whatever what you wanna do, yeah. Out of my head, chicken all night long. DJ, run it, bitch, I'm tryna.
I'm a PhD.
All right. Thank you, Bishop. Good joint. Imagine him kissing a woman. My God.
Oh God.
It'll be rough.
Well,
All right,
yeah.
thank you guys for being here tonight. Prototype
What's
is in
good,
the
baby?
building tonight. Prototype.
What's up, bro?
What's good, JT?
Prototype, how do you feel? First question, because you weren't here for the first one. How do you feel about a woman giving another woman advice by telling her you can have all the penis you want, just wash it off and you'll be fine?
Wait, what? A woman giving another woman advice that you can have all the penis you want?
Yeah,
Wash it off.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just wash it off. When you finish, just wash that thing off.
Listen, man.
Rinse it off.
It's just a garbage truck. It's a cum dumpster. You know what I'm saying? Like it's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like I always thought it was disgusting.
Say disgusting one more time, Prototype.
It's disgusting. You know what I mean? You know, I was watching Eight at the
That's
Table.
right
Eight at the
there.
Table had a show earlier, and the girl said, "I cheat respectively because I don't let them. I don't do nothing anal with them."
I saw that one.
Something wild, like you know what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, a man like me touching a woman after she touched another man is disgusting.
Oh, it's
to me.
disgusting, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to touch. Now, women, y'all halfway
Ugh,
there
God.
anyway. Y'all halfway. Y'all be hugging each other, kissing each other. So y'all don't necessarily care if a dude came from another woman. But men don't want to touch another man. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we think about when you touch. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
He dirtied you up.
it dirties you. Think about somebody sticking their finger in your food. Do you still want it?
Right.
That's that second
Ignorance
hand.
is bliss. They might
They
be
put
doing it
their
now.
mouth on your
Somebody put their
lollipop.
dirty hands in your mashed potatoes.
Oh God.
You can't think about it, Proto. That's what. If that's the case, then nobody would go out to a restaurant. Then I think I went through a phase where I didn't think I'd go to a restaurant for like a year because for some I heard some story or whatever, and then I was like, I can't eat out.
Can't do it no more.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, y'all wouldn't eat
God.
nobody, you wouldn't eat mashed potatoes. Somebody put their finger in it. So.
Yeah, if you know it. No.
But
If you know it, that's what I'm saying. They
No,
might-
you see it, right? You see the hole. They like somebody stuck their finger in my
Gravy all down in the hole. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
my
It's
God.
like, hold on, man.
And if you seen his finger, look like he just pulled the transmission. Oh God,
fingerprints.
Oh no, he just came from the bathroom.
We get to a point we don't even dap each other up no more. It's all fist bumps. Like you don't even want to touch another man's palm.
And after that, it's purell. You know what I'm saying?
For Prototype,
you're gonna hurt the restaurant business, man. See, not no one's want to go out to eat anymore,
man. I remember a lady that
the pancreas is full.
Worked with years back. She used to talk about her sexual escapades, even though she was married for 20 years. She would talk about sexual escapades with other guys. And she said one of the things that she used to hate is that she would give her side dude head, and then her husband want to get some tongue action when he pick her up from work.
Oh man,
she was telling other women she would try to avoid him, like, "Oh baby, give me a hug," and he just go right in tongue to tongue, and she just that
so
was
he couldn't tell her tongue was a little
y'all want to hear a
slippery?
story?
He couldn't tell her tongue was a little extra slippery.
little salt. Her blood pressure went up.
Tongue tastes like pennies.
Y'all want to hear a funny story?
Oh.
In college,
they like pennies.
I was in college and dated this girl, and her brother. We had a wild night. We lived in the same city, so her brother was coming to take us home back to the city, right from college for Christmas break. We had a wild night, and she gets in the car. I get in the back seat. He gets in the car. She gets in the front seat, and the first thing he says, "Where's my kiss?" And I'm in the back seat like.
Ooh, no.
I don't think you want to kiss your sister right now, bro.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Oh no.
So now what I know, like I was just like,
no.
Don't you do that. But yeah.
Oh, she kissed him and looked back at you.
I don't even think she broke it. She ain't. I don't think she broke. She ain't break stride. She kissed her brother, and I was like I said. I just sat in the back like, you don't know what she did to me last night, bro.
So to add to that, the last one was she was real graphic. She said sometimes she would have sex with the guy with no condom, right? Because she had a tubes tied. She had already had all the kids, so she was just letting him spray the entire house with paint. And she said one day the dude really let off a payload. I mean, a big one. And she said her husband picked her up, and instead of taking her home, he said, "We're running late for dinner on our double date, so we have to go eat now." And she said she sat there and held that cum in her while she was eating with her husband and the other couple. She said she said it was just she could feel it all up in there.
Oh,
yeah. She used to tell the women used to be sitting like this at the desk, like, "Damn, tell us more."
What color was this lady?
Oh, she was black.
Ooh, she was a sister. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. She had a lot of sexual escapades. She just, I don't know if she. I think she maggot food now though. I think she died.
Damn.
I think she died in a car accident or something. Damn, I wonder what happened. I ain't gonna clown her. I ain't gonna do that. Don't do it. Prototype, how do you feel about tongue wrestling? Do you think that is very important in the relationship?
Absolutely.
Kissing.
Oh, I'm sorry, kissing.
That counts.
Yes.
You are so disrespectful with that.
It is important. It is absolutely important. But it's so hard to like to do that. Like kissing is more intimate than sex nowadays, right? So,
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's how I said. That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah. Like I said, you can get a girl today almost to like I said, go down on you more so than
house your salad before you can get her to kiss you.
Yeah.
I didn't know that women were into that so much lately. These young women.
I'll just say that's why I said you shouldn't kiss your
They
sister.
doing it all embrace. It's
I feel like a prude right now. I'm clenching my pearl.
We want to know if you do
All
it.
that bacteria.
No, I want to know it.
Anissa, are you eating ass?
No.
Oh man,
no.
Yeah, you did it. You did it. Look at them lips. You can tell. Look at she did it.
Just because I got luscious lips does not mean that I
did it.
Imagine Anissa with that wine glass turnover. I want to
did
it.
Not over here.
Waterfall.
I didn't pop them lips off.
I'll take you to the candy store.
I'm sorry, but Embrace doesn't do anything around the anus or nothing that has to do with that.
But
Nothing.
listen, Embrace, will you allow them to put their tongue in around your anus?
No, I don't like nothing that has to do with the anus. That was for one purpose and one purpose only. Now, have I tried it? Yes, but I don't like it. It's not for me.
No, which way?
That's why they be like. That's why they be like. Oh,
kiss you afterwards?
Huh?
He licked your ass, then kiss you after.
No, stop. I do not deal with that part of the body. That is for one thing. And no, I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, if he sauces me up and talks me into it, it would be only my husband, but not just some flyby. Okay.
I'll tell you this. My wife ever came to me and said she want to do a little anal action by that. I said, listen, man, hold on. I think Hell no. Hell no. Nobody's going back door, man.
This is the after hour show, ladies.
I'm old school.
I tried to keep it in kissing, and now we in the after hour.
Poor Mr. Bennett. He was trying to keep it basic.
From there. See, you guys.
You were trying to just keep it for the basics.
I said second base. How do we go from second base to extra innings? I have no idea. I mean,
extra innings. We went to the dugout.
I'm talking about extra. Y'all talking. Yeah.
She did it. She tried it. She didn't like it. Now the next guy she dates hears that she did it, tried it, didn't like it. He still wants it.
No, he's not gonna get it.
Just listen, a man not gonna let you one up him. No man can have you more than another man had. Like,
oh shit!
You can't have my woman. Like, I gotta have you the same way. I don't care if you don't like it. I gotta have you. If another man had you that way, and I didn't have you that way, I'll never feel right.
Not even my husband that I was with for 13 years. This was back early in the days. So no, I don't like it. I feel like I'm being punked out.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. You did it once for somebody, and you didn't do it for your husband. Your husband didn't feel right.
Well, maybe that's why we.
Yeah, I hope you didn't. You say, hey, hubby, you know, somebody was backdoor, man. You know what I'm saying?
You can't get it. Hell
no. No, absolutely not. You better embrace other things.
You can't let another man have more than you than your current man.
What if I just don't tell him, Prototype?
Too late.
Hey, I mean, if he finds out, the moment he finds out that happened,
he's gonna know through your kisses, Embrace.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, what was that, Mr. Bennett?
He's gonna know through your kisses. So again, the kisses give away the code.
So,
wait, my kiss is gonna give away the fact that I've had anal?
That's disgusting. Hey man, send that to me. I need that.
That's funny, man.
No, Mr. Bennett, that's a valid question. So you're gonna tell by my kiss that I'm not into that?
I'm just saying, kissing communicates a lot of things, especially when you just start. Taking a girl out and y'all start that up, it communicates a lot of things. Even if she's a virgin, you'll still get a sense of where she's willing to go. You know what I mean? So it's I'm just saying, it's in the.
I'm not willing to go there.
Song, is it in his eyes? No, it's not. Is it in his? It's in his. Yeah, right. That was like who did that? The Roxettes or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Is it in his or something like that? Is it? Yeah.
Mr. Bennett. Now I'm gonna tell you what I talked to Black David. And Black David told me, this is what Black David said they do in Africa. You know Black David? He said, what they do in Africa. I said, what they do that, Black David? He said,
he wrong.
We put killer bee in our mouth and eat the woman.
No, they don't.
Stop that bullshit. Cut that shit out.
It's a lie.
Black David said, let me tell you what he told me. Black David said it get better and better because the bee sting the tongue well and it make it
Cap. You forget. Take Heed husband is from the same country I'm from. So don't start that nonsense right now.
Like
You
David,
talk on me, you talk on her husband too.
His husband came
Cap.
from up here.
Cap.
You
Yeah,
was down
but
there
hang
with
on now, Black David. Now
You
I did call you guys out on the Sunday show. I don't know what's wrong with the Africans, man. Why don't y'all kiss, man? I mean,
And I told you it's a tribal thing because the Yoruba tribe love
I'm
to
just
kiss.
saying y'all missing out.
So hold
Y'all
on.
missing out. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Let me
the-
explain that part
Mr.
once
Bennett,
again.
don't listen to Black David because I know why he don't kiss. Black David don't kiss because he in the backyard with these right here.
Start that right now. Earthquake.
Africa is a kissing desert, man. I don't understand.
No.
Not
Ben,
all
I've been
tribes,
before.
not
Not
I
all
know
tribes. Not all tribes.
it's never all, and we know that. I'm just saying that. Look at that. Look at our Sunday show. I showed the kissing map of the world. If you look at Africa,
I was shocked.
especially mid
I
to
was
southern,
shocked.
like nobody kisses out there. It's just
I
it's
was
not
shocked when I
it's
saw
not
that.
considered part of the culture, man. This is not.
Now I want to bring up Beautifully Animated. Thank you for the super chat. She get this out of the way here.
Oh,
She said
no.
Black
Oh,
David is
no.
selling hyena
Oh,
hair
Lord.
loofers to exfoliate coochies for $20 a pop.
Exfoliated.
The new one every 5 to 10 minutes. You know what? It's appropriate right now that we're talking about
Every 5 to 10 men.
Yeah.
That minutes, men.
Oh, men.
As
Ooh.
in bodies.
Wow.
Babs, really?
Yeah.
Babs?
I want to play this because I think this goes with the super chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Beautifully Animated Speaks. And it goes, we've been talking about kissing and loving and stuff. So I think this is a spokesperson.
Super
for it.
Fupa.
Super.
Call me Bucky, niggas lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing. How about nigga rapping conscious but he ignorant? How he from the hood but still gon' go legitimate? How he fuck a bunch of bitches but they still respect the women? He still rollin' in Sonata, he just got the windows tinted. Homie stabbed me in the back and that can never be forgiven. In my pride, man.
Okay.
Black man, you're the only one out there who would make me.
Is that a man or a woman?
That is a woman. Super
You're the
Fupa.
only one who actually get me wanting the cheetah girl again after seeing that. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, if you want to see the girl,
No, I don't
she
want to see.
She came here tonight. She told me to let you know. Here she is. She said, "Hi, Mr. Bennett. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way so you can see it. Let me give you a good view of."
Not the hairy demon.
Yeah.
Hey, she has an IG.
Yeah, she has an IG.
Yeah.
It's called Shade.
Is that what y'all like?
No.
What?
I got another question for the men.
I ain't like George Bush. Go ahead.
Hold on, Nessa. Before
I got
you get
another-
started,
oh.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Flipping Tables After Dark.
Yeah, this is
Right?
Yeah, this is The show took a turn.
This is Flipping Tables After
Mr.
Dark.
Bennett, this your goddamn fault. Let me tell you
No,
something.
no. I went to second base.
He was just talking
Y'all
about
went into the
kissing.
dugout. Y'all went into the bullpen.
Oh.
Y'all went all over the place. I said second base and leave it there.
Prototype went to the salad bar.
Take heed talking about the rough stuff. So you
That
went
was
rough.
prototype.
So all y'all look. I tried to keep this respectful tonight.
No, take heed. You did because you was the you
Right, I was
started
trying
with
to
the
keep
rough
it.
talk.
You were like, take heed was like, wait a minute. You know,
You mean to tell me?
yeah,
That I can't get this?
pulling it, slapping it. You went
In a minute, man.
Just because the roller coaster.
Got him.
take heed.
So, guys, I want
Thank
to
you very much.
Hey, he said, "Let me share something with you."
I can see take heed too. Hold on a minute before you go in that room. Let me share something with you.
It's nasty.
I can share this with you.
I think that is a marketing tool for you. I think you should have T-shirts and everything that says "Let me share something."
Yup. Let me
And on
share
the back-
something with you.
and
I
on the
will
back
buy
of the-
one.
And on the back of the shirt, it's gonna say, "It's nasty."
It's nasty.
Take heed.
Take heed to the message. That's nasty.
That's disgusting.
Hey, take heed.
Can I get the first order? Take heed. I'm your brother on the same country. Can I get a first order?
No, you're not getting shit.
I'm gonna have you sell a sweatband.
Y'all don't even kiss in Africa. Damn it, man.
Hold on. Once again,
They shake hands and give
these
pounds
are
and
from
shit.
my tribe.
Then it twirling
You
their fingers
kiss them.
together.
I don't know about any other tribe. Okay.
You just say one
Okay.
tribe. There's like 500 tribes in Africa. So I mean, you're the outlier, man.
Technically speaking,
Okay.
there are about 500 sub-tribes in Nigeria alone.
Well, how did Take Heed get a king over there and you ain't know we kissing nobody?
So now I'm gonna start a little trouble because since y'all talking about Africa,
You want to test me right now?
let me share something with you. If you ever lay with an African man, he doesn't tap out.
Oh my God.
He doesn't
Thank you.
tap out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I tried. I tried my best.
Well, damn it, man.
I tried.
You have to tap him out. You have to tap him out.
So that's why Take Heed.
I don't care how old he is. He doesn't tap out.
Thank you for snitching on us, Take Heed.
So Take Heed, wait a minute, Take Heed. So that's why you be on camera like this, Take Heed.
Fix the hairpiece.
My job is no punk.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the After Hours BMU.
Take
Wait
Heed.
a minute. Listen.
You didn't have to snitch on us, Take Heed. You didn't
Let
have to snitch on us.
me just share this with you real quick. I like it. So I don't
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. All right, we can't have any more kissing shows with Take Heed.
I know. This is just so.
Can't do it.
This is a wrap. This is a wash tonight.
At least you can brush your.
Y'all can't
Hey.
invite me to everything, y'all. I'm just
No, we can't. Can't take you nowhere.
She does snitch on my people
Well,
already.
Mr.
What's
Bennett,
wrong?
you've been validated though, man. You've been validated. We talked about kissing so much, everybody's going crazy. So you've been validated, man.
I just want to say this. I got the video. I found the video of Lil Richard's mother, and I'm going to play it for you guys.
Uh-oh.
What we
no.
were talking about earlier.
Lord
now,
help me.
now she was responding to a podcast that I did about a year ago. I guess she just got, wind of me.
Lord.
But I want to play it. So here's Lil Richard's mother.
A guy who seems as if he's having a difficult time understanding that women are human beings. You see how he's referring to them as females, even the children, right? He's referring to little girls as females. He's having a hard time understanding that women are people. You can wash, you can cleanse yourself, you can do a lot of different things. You're not, once you touch a man, you're destroyed. This goes to the hatred that men have for themselves. This is why they're unaliving themselves at record numbers.
Who want to hop in on this? Take Heed. Go ahead.
I
What you got?
need more context. What is she saying?
Yeah, she's talking about me. So let me tell you what had happened. What had happened was I did a podcast, and I said that to teach the kids about sex and how the body is pure. I had a young lady hold up a mason jar of clear water. And then I had 5 young men who had Cheetos in their mouths, chew the Cheetos up till it got really nasty and disgusting. And the 5 guys walked past the girl and spit inside of her mason jar. And at the end of it, I asked her to drink it. She said, "I'm not drinking that. That is disgusting." Right? I should have played that. Damn.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity. But anyway, she said that was disgusting. And I said, well, this is what the representation of the body is when you're very promiscuous and you're out having sex with multiple men who is not your husband. And so this is what it looks like. And I said, when you meet your husband, this is what you're giving to your husband. So if you don't want to drink of that, then why would you want to give that to the man that you're supposed to be married to? So you should not be promiscuous. You should stick to your. And then her response to me was what she's saying now.
Because they don't see their worth and their value. They think that they're
So
this is a guy.
She first got mad at me because I said little girls are females. I did not know that they changed that. I did not know they said you can't call girls females anymore. Did anybody on the panel know that?
No, I didn't get the memo.
You can't use the term female anymore.
Why not? It's disrespectful.
Yes, disrespectful to women now. They don't want to be called females. They said
It's actually disrespectful to stupid people.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight.
They said you don't call
Okay.
girls because females are considered to be animals, not human beings.
Damn.
She's an idiot.
Hold
Well,
on.
I mean, I'm not going to call her an idiot because of that. I mean, I guess I can see the slight point in that, but even still, like as far as seeing somebody as a person, oh man, it really goes to understanding that what do women mean to men, and I don't think women understand what they mean to us. They want to mean to us what they mean to themselves, opposed to what they mean to us. You understand what I'm saying? They don't understand our true value and sacrifice that we got to give to them to know that we don't want to die and protect for somebody, provide for somebody who everybody didn't have.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll start
That
it from
still
here.
doesn't make female a derogatory term, right?
Well, I want you to hear it. I want you to hear it again, though. Darpain, listen to this.
Who seems as if he's having a difficult time understanding that women are human beings. You see how he's referring to them as females, even the children, right? He's referring to little girls as females. He's having a hard time understanding that women are people. You can wash, you can cleanse yourself, you can do a lot of different things. You're not, once you touch a man, you're destroyed. This goes to the hatred that men have for themselves. This is why they're unaliving themselves at record numbers, because they don't see their worth and their value. They think that they're disgusting. They think that they are dirty, that they dirty people, that they are filth. So basically what he is saying is that men are filth. And when you let filth touch you, you are now filth. So it's like they don't get how they hate and insult themselves with these stupid analogies. So ladies, you're hearing them. Do not have intercourse with any man. Don't let them touch you. Don't let them come near you, because they are chewed up rotten Cheetos. This is what they are. This is what he's telling you. Don't get married. Don't do any of that, because your husband is a chewed up rotten Cheeto as well. It's like they're not getting it. They don't see you as a human. They don't see you as a person that has autonomy, that navigates in this world. They see you as an object. This is why they're constantly referring to you as a lock, a key, a car, anything inanimate except a human. And they don't act as if you have or get any benefit from having intercourse, because you see, they want it to be a setup. They're coming along, and listen, I get it. I understand from an evolutionary standpoint why men have evolved to like to know that a woman is chaste because of paternity issues. But we're in the year 2024. We are, and we have birth control, and we have a lot of modern day technologies and advances that stop unwanted birth. What they want is they want you to have never had intercourse, but then still be open to intercourse, okay with intercourse, and able to have intercourse well. I knew a guy who, actually, this was someone I coached. His wife, she didn't want to have intercourse before they got married. She wasn't really open to intercourse and all this other stuff. Then they got married, and he expected that she was going to be smacking, flipping, rubbing down, swinging from chandeliers and all this other stuff. When they got married, she had even less interest in intercourse. And when she did, she had to go through this whole production where she had to take a long bath, and she had no quickies. No spontaneous intercourse. Intercourse was whack with his wife, and he ended up having an affair. And it was a terrible situation all the way around. They equate you not wanting to have intercourse with you having more value, instead of finding a person that is a good match with them, that a person who is compatible with them. They don't care about any of that. They just want to live in this delusional fantasy world where a woman who is not interested in intercourse doesn't enjoy intercourse finally. Oh, because the king has come around. Now finally she knows exactly how to do. Come on, this is just so ridiculous. How many of you all remember that show, The Tudors, right?
Yeah,
In
she
the
don't
children,
get it.
Is she a
right?
lesbian? Is she a lesbian?
No, she just don't get it. She don't get it.
Can I say something real quick?
No.
No. I'm being dead because you sound highly stupid.
Yeah.
The fact that you say don't call a woman female, the opposite of female is a male. If that's the case, the lady want to go replace the word woman for something else. Because
Well,
the opposite of woman
Let's stop calling her. Let's stop calling her stupid because she doesn't express herself the same way we do, or she doesn't.
Well, yeah,
understand.
okay. I put stupid back. She's not
I'm
stupid,
trying to
but
be
her
logical.
narrative is wrong.
I'm getting
Her narrative is wrong. She just doesn't understand, and that's what men or women are different in our understanding. Like, you know what I mean? How she gets to her point, she's trying to spit out things that we've said without the complete understanding on why we're saying. She's trying to use them in her argument. You know what I'm saying? That don't make her stupid. She just doesn't understand.
Yeah, I give
what we truly value.
She
you know what I mean?
make one point that I can kind of get with a little bit, and I've seen it on both sides. It's to say that, you want a chaste woman, but then somehow have the expectation you still want her to rock your world on wedding night, or likewise with a guy. Like, you know, I remember having a conversation with a woman who went to my church. She had a teenage son, and she was just insistent that no girls, no sex before marriage, or what have you. And so I just asked a question. So on his wedding night, he should know what to do, right? And she said, well, of course. So I'm like, well, how does that work, right? So it's like, I was told by my mom that on your wedding night, a man's supposed to know what to do, even though she has no intention of raising her son to have any kind of sexual knowledge whatsoever. So I do think people do sometimes go into marriage, especially if you're on that celibate or virgin track or whatever. I think you have to certainly temper some of your expectations and also look at it like, look, just like anything else, it's a skill. If you're in fact going to be in there for the long term, yeah, it may be ugly and awkward the first times, but if you're going to be married, if it's until death do you part, you got years to get it right. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, for people to expect my wedding night to be all, you know, I'm just going to be in this, you know, have this great experience. No, sometimes for some people that first night is awful. But the thing is, you don't quit. You go, you like anything else, you have to develop it over time. And I do think people need to manage their expectations when it comes to that.
Well, women want that. They want a guy that knows how to please them. That's why they don't mind a dude who has a million partners. Not a million, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm being exaggeratory. But we don't care if she's good in bed, if she's ours, because we're going to teach her anyway. And men have an understanding that if a girl knows how to do certain things, we're thinking about who taught you that. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, we don't necessarily want you knowing everything, or we don't necessarily care about that, because I still got to teach you how to please me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Now, women don't want to teach men how to please them. They like I said, they want at the finish. They wait at the finish line.
Right.
Per se, we all heard that before.
Right.
So
but
women want
I think that's a good question, though. I understand what you're saying, but if you were to poll men, is that how most men look at it? You don't mind if your woman has no, like I said, I'm saying I think it's a question to be asked.
Men, I look at it like this. So for the men who want freaks, they like hoes. Right. And they're not looking to wife anything. That's right. They're looking to bust a nut. Right. Now, if you got a poll with a specific answer, question of who are you marrying? You know what I'm saying? Because there's there's how many guys on this panel, right? There's guys like when we look at a women, like we used to look at women and be like, is she fuckable or is she wifeable? Right? And on those two different things, we would rate the she's hittable. I'll smack, but I wouldn't wife her.
Yeah, she's straight for the stroke.
So yeah. So
but now, having said that, now would you wait for her though? Because a lot of guys say, "Look, I'm not marrying if I don't hit it." I've seen guys say that also. So
yeah, but that's not the same thing.
Men will wait for a woman they want long term. They won't wait for somebody they think is a quick turnaround.
Understood. Of course. I'm talking about if you think she's that wifeable one, and let's say if she's a virgin herself, you would wait.
He'll wait.
He'll wait.
Let me tell you something. Russell Wilson made Sierra wait.
No, you know, but here's a kicker. Let me just say this real quick. A guy who wants a wife or woman, the top of his list is not how good she is in bed. That's not the top of it. That's not the top of the list. It's not.
What's the top of the list?
For me, it's whether she can bond to you and respect you. That's the top of the list. She's respectful and exclusive.
What does bonding look like to you?
What does bonding look like to me? You know, as far as I'm concerned, is somebody who is at least a little bit chaste that you can feel.
A little bit chaste.
Yeah. Let me answer the way I want to answer. To me, listen, I long since, even in 1987, I didn't. It wasn't a prerequisite that my wife was a virgin. So let me just give me it wasn't a prerequisite for me.
You said 1937?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
All I'm trying to say, even in 37, even in 1907, it wasn't a prerequisite for my grandfather because his wife had a goddamn baby already. So let me tell you, man. I mean, listen, I'm gonna say this real quick. Most men in the West don't give a shit whether a woman's a virgin or not. They just don't want to be a whore.
Yeah,
that's it.
They only don't care because they don't have an option. There's not many.
No. It's more than that.
There's not many to choose from.
Prototype. I mean, I disagree with you. It's not just because we don't have a choice.
It's
no. It's not. It sounds like that now, but the fact is, so many men have been able to acquiesce to that without really any harm to us. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No,
I mean, because if it was that big of a deal, would be a whole lot of men walking around.
Because there's not because there's not
married,
no options.
Around saying my wife had dick before. How many fucking men do that?
There aren't the options to choose from.
That's not why.
That is why.
You would go to fucking Timbuktu if you want a virgin. You would do anything.
Everybody don't got money to go to Timbuktu. There's not options. There's not options, bro. If there was options, if somebody was a virgin. If somebody was a virgin, if you had a virgin and you had somebody with a respectable body count, and they had the same qualities, they're both the same level of attractiveness, the same everything, same education, same qualities.
Okay,
you're picking the virgin.
No, that's not true.
That is true.
No, it's not.
It is true.
Listen. No, it's not.
Hey, make sure you record this. It is true.
That is true. I mean, listen,
that's disgusting.
I hear what you're saying, and it sounds like a good answer. But every fucking man I know who's married in the modern era, even back when I was married, just like exception. You know, Bennett just gave us a little insight. You know, Anton Daniels preaches it from the goddamn top of the mountain. But most men don't marry virgins.
Because
wait a second. It's not just because you can't find one.
Yes, it is.
Let me put it
if a man needed a virgin, he would be looking hard and he wouldn't just wait for black men to get women.
Let me put it in.
I agree with you guys 100%.
Hold on a second, y'all. I'm gonna put it. Hold on, black man. I'm gonna put it in a way. I'm gonna put it in a way so you can understand it.
Okay. Oh, because I'm an idiot.
Now here's the thing.
Shit.
Arpan, you go to McDonald's, right? And you order
really.
a milkshake.
I'm going to McDonald's.
Listen. You go to McDonald's and you order a milkshake, right?
Yeah.
What do they tell you?
They don't tell me shit.
The shake machine is broken.
No, they don't. They tell you the shake machine broken. Now you know doggone well they sell shakes in that store. But for some reason, every time you come in there, the shake machine is down. They got it on the menu, right? They sell it, but you can't never get it. That's what Prototype talking about.
I know what Prototype. That shit ain't profound. It's just bullshit, man. Listen, man. I mean, you're calling that profound.
That's the disappointment. That is the disappointment that Prototype is talking about.
A house. You better move into a house that's 30 years old, or would you rather move into a new build?
I'd move into a new house. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
No, but my house was 97 years old, and it's
so you and your house, God damn!
I was born in the same month.
I have a question for the ladies.
Hold on, Embrace, real quick, baby. Kasim, thank you for being here tonight, my guys.
Hey, what's up, Kasim? Hey, Kasim,
what's up, guys?
Save me, Kasim, man. Come on, save me from
save you. No, I mean, yeah, you making perfect sense, and I think that we have to be realistic, especially when we're looking for wives, right? Nowadays, you can pretty much assume that she's going to have other bodies with her, right? And I think the sooner that we gain to expect that, the better, right? There's also other quality that we should be looking for that's more important about that woman, that's not only going to help us, but also to help us sustain the marriage. And I think sometimes we have to switch those priorities and things that we look for, because I told that to my sons. I'm like, listen, I see you guys out here, but more times than not, the girl that you get that's going to be your wife, you're not going to be her only partner, right? But there are other qualities that she has that you have to tap into that you can use for your benefit. And I think the quicker that you understand and you accept and realize that, the less frustrated you're going to get, right? Because with the experience comes certain attributes, and there's just nothing wrong with that. So I think today's men would do themselves a better service and just realizing, hey, listen, you know what? There's a really good chance that the woman that I'm going to be involved with, she's going to have other bodies, right? Particularly if she's a little bit older. What you get in return is you get that really nice, feminine, mature insight, which is worth which is worth gold and worth diamonds in reference to who you are and the quality of your relationship.
Can I speak on this? Because as I'm listening to you guys,
So
I'm
he's
like,
teaching his
okay.
sons that there are no virgins.
They have to make them. They come out on the show and flow like that.
Technically, from a cultural background, my people don't think that way. Let me explain why. Remember, Mr. Bennett, when I mentioned to you that in my culture, in my country, there's more two-parent household than single-parent household. Remember, I mentioned that before, yes, on your Sunday show. Is that not correct?
Yes, you
There's
did.
the reason
But
why
I got a pushback for you, but you go ahead.
I know. There's the reason why a lot of fathers are very, I'm being honest, the reason why a lot of fathers are very, very hard on their daughter because, one, if their daughter do have anybody whatsoever, and a prominent man want to marry their daughter, if he found out through that man that his daughter is not pure, it brings shame to the family name. Isn't that so? So there's a big issue when you're marrying family to another family. That is why 9 times out of 10, they want to make sure that daughter is actually pure. Now, if you're a man from a prominent family, and you're married to someone for X amount of body, they're gonna look at you funny, like, what are you picking? Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't rock this way. You don't operate in this type of fashion. That is the issue from multiple ethnic groups, besides my ethnic group alone.
All right. Well, see, man, hang on. I got a pushback for you though, because I hear that narrative coming from Africans,
Okay,
coming from Nigerians, right? I posted a stat about a month ago. Deletion is illegal in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yet there are 400,000 per year. And out of that 400,000, there's about 40,000 deaths because a lot of these are backyard. So something's going on over. You can talk about the culture and the tribe and traditions and all that. The numbers are people doing something.
And there's a lot of reasons behind that, but that's a whole huge topic.
I'm just saying, but you can't just say, well,
I know.
our culture is this or
I'm
that,
saying
when
that
that's
because I lived there and I saw so many things that created that dynamic. I don't want to speak on this topic, or we'll take it to a whole different angle.
No, but Black David, let me chime in because I want to bring us back. I want to bring us back to your point. Let me bring us back to your point, to prototype and your point.
Okay.
When I was saying that if men really, really, really want virgins, they know where to find them in better quantity than right here in America. And I'm telling you that men
where.
Wait a second.
Look, embrace is like where?
We just had Black David tell us where a whole bunch of virgins are.
In middle school?
We don't believe them. We don't believe them.
Basically.
Where they are.
Where are they, Payne? Sometimes I feel like you live in a fucking bubble. Where?
Before you go off of me, I'm
not going off. No, I'm not going.
Y'all, let our Payne cook.
I'm trying to say that men
let him cook.
In the West don't really care whether they're women or virgins or not. If you really that hard over and finding a virgin, you get yourself a goddamn passport and go to the countries where there's more virgins.
Okay.
It's like 2 or 3 fucking virgins in the West. I agree, and one of them is 90, and the other 2 are babies. You know,
are you out of your fucking mind? Are you crazy?
So the real point is, men got to give ourselves. This is the thing. Men have to give ourselves more credit that we are not insecure about women have other partners. We're not.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't want them to be whores.
Yes.
And so they embarrass us in front of our peers and the men we admire. You know, every woman I know has had some penis before. I just don't want you to have that shit on my wedding night, goddamn it. Except it was for me. You know, so let's just stop, all this horse shit about purity and all that shit's gone. And we have already adapted ourselves that our wives are not going to be virgins. If you're lucky like Mr. Bennett, kudos. But a lot, most men ain't like that. So and we survived.
Yeah. You know what? When I got with my wife, I was her second. When we got together, she was 19 and I was 23, and she told me, she was like, you know what, you were the second man, that I've ever been with, sexually. So I didn't blow up the damn roof and mad because dude beat me to the punch. I just one of those things that I just had to accept, and there's just nothing wrong with that.
Now,
yeah.
Now, what we're saying is we ain't giving you license to go beat the shit down on the street, goddamn. We want you to have some kind of goddamn,
Now, Arpay, let me ask you this: since we're giving women grace to be autonomous, would you take her back if she, had somebody after you, your wife?
No.
Would you give her the same grace?
No.
Well, what's the difference? The beginning or the after?
There's a big difference, Lit. You know the difference.
Tell us the difference. Come on, tell us the difference.
The difference is before she was my wife, I didn't care. But it depends. But after my wife, when we made those vows, it makes all the difference in the world.
But what about the grace?
No.
Embrace the grace.
You asked me a question. Before we got married, that's one thing. I didn't even want my wife to tell me that she was going to confess all this shit. I said, well,
if you don't shut your goddamn mouth.
I said, let me stop you right there. I don't want to know none of that shit. Just make sure I get the benefits of anything you learn. But after we got married, it's a whole different ball game. I let you in the gate.
Yeah.
That shit, anything you thought of, that shit's gone. If I'm your alpha man, you don't get to get no penis from nobody else. Period. And that's the one thing that even the Bible says I can dissolve our marriage over that. So it's not me saying it, it's God.
God says you have to give grace 7 times, 7 times, 77 times too. You know what I'm saying? That's your wife. You know what I mean?
No,
that's my whole thing, man. What about the grace for the woman? You know what
listen,
I mean?
I talked to I had a conversation about that with my wife before. Not a lot. I said, listen, if you ever got some dick from somebody else, don't ever let me find out. Take that shit to your grave, bury yourself. Don't have no if you die before me and you're on the bed and you want to clear your soul, do not do it with me in the room, goddamn it.
Forever hold your silence.
I want to have the best memories of you I possibly can. So if you tell me that shit, man, I'm gonna be hating
you. Don't love me.
Arpay, we the main ones telling women they can't handle the truth, and now you tell her to keep it to herself, man. Which one is it?
No. Listen,
That's because he can't do nothing about it. If he could do something about it, he'll want to know.
You know what? And the reason why she said yes, because women know how to keep secrets.
No,
men especially.
Women only keep secrets that could get them killed. But most of the time, you let them talk long enough, they're gonna tell you everything you need to know, bro. They don't hold.
You know what I'm saying? They get to talking.
We just don't be listening to shit.
Except that one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if we can get her killed, she ain't with nobody nothing,
man.
The reason why I brought it up, man, is because we like to stand on standards when it's convenient for us. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is this: we want our women to be graceful when it comes to us, but when they do stuff and a mistake, then it's a double standard. You see what I'm saying?
It's a different standard.
Wow. Tell us why.
Because men and women ain't the same. Let me tell you, man. Listen, I know you just want to have a conversation piece, right?
Yeah,
because if your woman cheats on you, that guy is busting it out, man. She's laying it all out. If your woman cheats on you, that dude who hasn't paid 1 red cent of angst or obligation, he's laying the pipe, man. He's turning her over.
He's got her in the pretzel and shit.
No, man, he's slapping her on the ass, man. He's in
the Cobra
Clutch. Said he be dirtying her up.
That's he's holding it down while he's finishing. Oh no! Oh, my mind. Listen, there's no coming back.
That hurt everybody's stomach.
No coming back from that shit.
Look, everybody, look at his stomach hurting. He like, oh God, I can't take this.
Arpay say his Cobra ain't clutching like it used
to. So listen, man. You know what, man? I'm glad I don't have to face it because right now, my wife cheats on me. She's bringing a cane with her. So there might be grace there. She's walking in there with a cane. Okay, you know what?
Damn it.
You know what? Let's get Anissa here. Anissa, we've been here cutting up. You just been enjoying yourself. Sweat, I'm gonna call on you like the teacher and the kid in the back who don't want to be called on. You heard what's going on. What's your opinion on the matter?
Oh my God, it's been so much said. What's the question at the floor
Now
on the floor right
you
now?
had a question earlier and then it went left.
Yeah.
You know what? It's been so long, I forgot. That's why I said I would defer to Grace because she had a question.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Grace.
Come on, Grace.
I have a question for the ladies. Would you prefer to marry a virgin or would you prefer a man to have experience? Now, my answer is going to be I'm not driving a car without test driving. So I have to see how that, you know, and you got to realize that with my age, my experience, I need to make sure that's on point. What about you, ladies?
I would agree with that. I mean, I think at this age, who's going to be a virgin at our age? So I think that's pretty much a moot point. No virgins. Yeah. We're not
let me ask you a question.
teenagers.
If you did happen to have one.
Have to answer. Take heed doesn't have to answer.
30 years ago, what you choosing?
Okay, so
30 years ago.
Okay, so my answer is
Stop laughing.
yeah, my answer is I'm a heathen, so I can't. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to rock with that.
All right, so the follow-up question, hang on, the follow-up is the answer 30 years ago. So go back to...
I was only 19. I wouldn't...
So let's say you got married teen, he was 21, but he was a virgin. Would you still rock with that?
It wouldn't matter to me because I didn't know much at 19 either. So I wouldn't know, I wouldn't have anything to compare and contrast.
That's not the question. He said, would you prefer a virgin?
No, I would prefer somebody that already. No, I want the experience. I want him to teach me. I was taught by a man how to maneuver.
Hang on. What about the exploration together? This is till death do you part. So you have all this time. You have skills. You have books. You have.
You answered already. Ask and answer. You can't badger the witness. Ask and answer.
I mean, I'm listening and I get you.
I'm just saying, but
never found the male virgin either.
I'm switching the question around.
Wait a minute. Gotcha.
This is new stuff. So this is what I'm saying. This is the point I was saying earlier, because it's like, you know, we're saying that, you know, the guys would prefer virgins, but the women are saying they definitely don't prefer virgins.
Right.
And like I said, that woman I was talking to, her son, I'm gonna keep him a virgin. He ain't gonna know nothing. But somehow he better know what to do on wedding night, because that's what a man's supposed to do. So
that's crazy
whatsoever. But the ladies are putting y'all on game that y'all the ones, Mr. Bennett, ones who are making the insisting that we need to be out there and whatnot. So
it's like you got to pull yourself up by your own sexual bootstraps.
Yeah.
I want to share something with y'all that we do not. This is what we don't talk about. See, we want our men to know how to make love to us, but we don't talk about the older women who broke in the younger men.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
We don't talk about that part, because when you marry at 21, if the man is 21 and the woman he married is 19, right? More than likely, I'm just saying, more than likely, the one who is older, he knows how to make love already because he was taught by an older woman.
Yeah.
So now with him marrying a 19-year-old, she does not know how to do it. So now he becomes her teacher.
Yeah.
And I want to share something with you. She falls in love with him more.
Oh, no doubt.
Because he's the teacher. He's teaching her how to do cowgirl. He's teaching her how to come down from the chandelier. He's teaching her how to do doggy style. So that's what I'm saying.
I can't learn that together though. Why can't y'all, you know?
Because I'm gonna share
you got
with
50
you
years
why.
to get it right.
It's a little hard. It's a little hard when you're trying to do something and both don't know what to do.
I
The
get
blind
it.
leading the
I'm just
blind.
saying, but
Yeah, if nobody taught you,
Yo,
it's
it's just
hard.
sex.
there's
It ain't that
information.
hard.
There's the you can go to the with Black Day we talked about on the show, right? We used to go to to Barnes and Noble at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, get out of
We were checking
here.
out the Kama Sutra in the back, so to
Listen,
know
man, the women are telling you they want
you
a
got
guy
all
that
this
knows
you
how
got all
to
this stuff
bone.
Share
available now.
something
They
with you.
want
I
to.
don't care how much you read a damn book. I just want you to know. And I don't
Look,
care how many videos that you have seen. I don't care. That's not gonna work. You need
I get it. You have
somebody that will lay you down and show you how to do it. And older women are good for stuff like that. I'm sorry, even
Oh,
though
yeah.
it's bad,
Oh, yeah.
bad for me to say it, and it's wrong.
It's not
Look,
bad.
I-
It's
look.
educational.
And
It's
I
not
have
bad.
to, and I have to, I have to agree with
Shout
her.
out to the Cougars.
Right, but
I
for
have
my
to, no,
actually,
hold on. I have to agree with her because in Africa, there's some other area in
Oh,
Africa
now
that's a
here
lot,
we go.
that's
Yeah,
how
here
much
we go.
like that going on.
You
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just saying because
Behind the
I'm
bush.
saying it because I saw it growing up. I'm saying it because even now, Black David just mentioned Africa. My husband too. When he was a young man, it was an older woman who liked him. So I'm just saying, and he did it, and he did
she's
it.
rich.
listen from our gray area show again. Grooming talked about Greek culture, and he said in Greek culture it is tradition for a father when his son becomes of age to take his son to the brothel to get his
Red light district. Yeah.
That is part of the Greek culture to do that. So I'm not disagreeing that certainly that definitely takes
Well,
that
where did you
certainly
come
takes
from with the books, Mr. Benedict? I don't.
I'm just saying you mean to say even back 100 years ago, two virgins didn't get together? Like the guy always had to know, or there's no grace, there's no patience to kind of map it out. Like I said, a lot of people I know, their first wedding night was awful. They're still together 40 years later because again, you figured some things out along the way. But it's like everybody needs to be an expert from day one. And I'm saying I don't think that's not necessary. I think that's what a lot of people say today because of our culture and what we see and the things that we expect. But back in the day, I don't think male or female was getting a lot of action. So I don't think it's a death sentence that you're not an expert on day one. Why not build it over time?
No. I don't
I think it's more of the environment.
That's amazing if they both come to the table clean. I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's amazing. They just have to learn together and take
That's
their
all I'm
time
saying.
to know what they're like. So I do agree with you on that. But remember, they asked us, Grace asked, what would you do? What would you like? And my response and initial response was that we wanted a man who knew what to do. So
And
no,
most women would say,
well, hang on.
I'm not pushing back at you, Mr.
I got you. But Anissa, I just want to can I visit the question with you again? I got you. But Anissa, you said now, but again, that's follow-up question. 30 years ago, when you were in your early 20s, would it have mattered more then? Or you just now at this point in your life, you're not looking to have I can understand certainly an older woman not wanting to start there, but in your younger self, if you got married 21, whatever, would it have been as big a deal to you then?
I think I probably still would have wanted someone with experience. I just think about, when I was that age, I probably had a lot of bad boys, so they probably were already experienced.
I
was the innocent one, and they were the bad.
You're not
The ladies
surprised, are you?
telling us that we better come prepared. That's all.
Yeah, but you're not really surprised, are you? Are you
You need to know your way around.
No,
we don't like to be fumbled, so you need to know your way around.
I'm just saying. I hear it in these spaces. I hear a lot of virtue signaling about morals and values and cultures and whatnot. But at the same time, the Bible I read says whether the man or the woman does it is still fornication.
No, well,
Don't come to the table without you knowing your stuff.
Well, hold on, Mr. Bennett. But men and women are not the same. We just had Prototype talk about men, would prefer a virgin. I wouldn't argue with him, but men and women are not the same. We don't come to the table the same. We're not. It's a different standard for both of us.
Right.
I
think
prototype. Were you getting ready to speak? I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say shout out to Laws for another example of cognitive dissonance.
Indeed. That's why I did it. Come on here, Casino. I said
No,
bad trap
but,
over if
you
you ain't
know,
figured it out yet.
our pain is speaking facts, man. We know this. Why as older men, why are we pretending like this that's not what it is? It is what it is. And I think we're just doing ourselves a disservice. We're not accepting it. And Take Heed was right. When I was in the military, I was in the Army, right? And I was stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault. I was 21 years old, and I had a 2.5 year relationship with a woman, and she was 41, right? And then within those 2.5 years, she taught me a lot sexually, right? So then once I got out the military, and then I got with my ex-wife, I was 24. Right. And I was 23 at that time, and she was 19. Right. So when I got with her, she said, hey, like, you know what? I only had sex one time with an ex-boyfriend. Right. So during that time, I had all the experience. Right. And I just kind of taught her some things. So, Take Heed is absolutely right. And I don't know why we're pushing against it. I mean, we can just accept it.
No, I mean the only point I'm making, again, I accept the reality, but what I'm saying is, again, there is the call for women to be chaste, but men to be prepared. But how do they get prepared? By being with women.
But the women who are chaste,
but you want the men to be. Then we're not going to get prepared with anybody else. So you're going to have a certain number of women who are not going to be chaste.
That's right. That's
right, and they're okay with that. We're okay with that, and then the women are okay with that.
Actually, let me explain something to you, Mr. Bennett. I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm going to tell you why. Women hate when guys have slept with a lot of women, especially if he's got kids. They don't like that. But at the same time, you're asking this man to be proficient in what he does.
Women don't
It's
hate
like
men
asking somebody to go to the gym.
Hold on,
don't lift no weights.
It's kind of hypocritical.
Let him land. Let him land. Let
Come
him
out
land.
D'd up. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. And women like to look at you. You nasty. You can hang around all these women, but as long as he's good to her, then it don't matter.
No, that's just hate. She just hating.
Don't matter.
She just hating. There ain't no goddamn way that a woman is gonna be disgusted.
Can it be quality versus quantity?
No, that ain't never been right. That ain't lost you wrong on that. I can't roll with you on that, brother. I can't roll.
Don't hate no men who's been with a lot of women.
They don't hate no man who's been with a lot of women. That is
that's not true.
That is cap.
Let me respond.
And especially if it's somebody that look better than them.
Listen, if a woman does that,
1 + 1 is 2. So
I get what Mr. Bennett is saying, because when I listen to his question word for word, it's kind of almost contradictory, because based on the Western word,
we feel a contradiction. That's all we're trying to say.
There's no
based on the Western word here. A lot of young women are not virginal. It's fully understandable. But when you take that same question and apply for different ethnic groups, there'll be some pushback. There'll be some acceptance. Yet there are certain groups whereby they have, like he said, these young boys long for the older group. In my country, it's mostly the rich cougars who got money that are doing that. They help them pass away, left huge wealth, and they by themselves. What they normally do is look for young boys who are strong and healthy, and they do that to them. The same thing apply vice versa. The problem in my country, there's no law protecting women. So when Mr. Bennett talked about the pregnancy thing, that's been a whole nother count. I'm not gonna touch it yet. But when you have young men who are, I don't know why to take heed snitch on my people. It's kind of hard not to say it.
You already opened it up, man, to your people, so you might as well go and finish it. Land the plane, Black David. You got 2 minutes, sir.
There's no more gammon left in the motherfucker.
When you have
already don't kiss.
When you have young men heavily equipped, they get the best price.
How would she know that if she hadn't compared it to other pieces of equipment?
Yeah, wait.
Please don't ask me to go for the
Well,
You are the brothers, Black David. You are the brothers, Black David.
I mean, come on. Let's take heed to the message. And then listen, since when women really care how many women a man has been with? I mean, that's not true. Come on. I mean, I haven't met one woman who married a man. Wait. I haven't met one woman who got married to a man and said, listen, before we get married, what's your body count? Get out of here, man. I don't be asking that shit, man.
Listen, they got a term for that. It's called community peen. Ask the women about it.
No, man.
Ask them about it.
You know who do that shame?
Ask them about it.
Hold on.
Why you think they grinning?
Community penis.
Why you think they?
The only women that would shame that man would be his sister, his auntie, all them people in his damn family. Ain't no damn woman that's trying to. No, hell no. It ain't never been a problem, bro.
Cap on the night. Come on.
Get Captain tonight.
No. Matter of fact, that's social proof for that man. Come on. I just did a show last week, Lost, on a girl that went on Kendra G looking for guess who?
Community peace.
Future. She went on Kendra G looking for Future. That tells you exactly that what you just said was cap.
Listen, all I'm doing is repeating what I heard.
You said you repeat it.
You know better. This was actually fun tonight. I really enjoyed this dialogue. No
Mr.
shame on
Bennett,
anybody.
you started, brother.
This was a fun conversation. But I would just say this: I still challenge to marry people. Pick one night, no sex, but just make out with your wife. Try it. See how it works for you.
There you go.
Why you say
Now,
that?
see-
He said,
It's not hard. All right, you can say it's not hard, but when's last time? When's last time?
No diddy.
You told me to do that.
Take heed, cover your ears. Take heed. This wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. All right.
You know what, husband? I got something new. We gonna kiss tonight.
We ain't gonna do nothing.
I'm only hurt by Take Heed. She just making my people.
This is for the people on level 5, Take Heed, not the people on level 10.5.
She's that advanced. She's those advanced courses, man.
This is for the novice. This is not for the experts.
BMU.
You guys enjoy the rest of your night.
Get on me now.
You guys.
Take care.
All right, man. Be good.
Good night, Mr. Bennett.
That is hilarious.
Oh man, it's hilarious, man.
Mr. Bennett said it
me out, man.
Mr. Bennett said it ain't. Hey, Mr. Bennett said it ain't hard, but you can be. Cause see, man, we in here cutting up, man. Welcome to the show, brother. Thank you so much for what you add, man. We needed a little straightening from time to time, man. Appreciate you coming through, brother.
Yeah, man. It's always nice to to have some genuine, real conversations about real life. I think that's the important part, so that we don't go out here deceiving ourselves and wondering why our relationships is in shambles because nobody really told us and broke it down. So I really believe in saying how it is, right? In order to give our children or individuals a better chance to having peace and harmony, right? Because I'm just a big believer, man. When you have a good woman in your life, man, and she's pouring into you and you pouring into her and y'all just get along and the harmony is right and everything is clicking, man, that's undefeated. And I wish more people could be able to enjoy that. And it's so unfortunate that a lot of people don't. So that's why sometimes I'm so passionate about the way that I speak, because I always try to speak from my personal experience and from the individuals that surround me, that women are awesome, right? You just have to find the right one and pour into her, and you as a man will get that benefit from them. And we just can't live without it. And I was on another panel and I was like, y'all be killing me. I was like, you need that femininity. I said, like, have you ever had like a long day at work, right? And you just tired, and you might stop at a bar, you might stop at a restaurant, you tired, and you sit down and the server comes up and she's nice and she's smiling at you and she's like, you look like you had a hard day. What can I get for you today? Right? just that femininity that raining down on you, and you looking at her, she's looking at you. It's just a weight that's lifted off of your shoulder. You feel more at ease. All of that chaos and problem solving you've been doing all day has just been melted away, and every man has experienced that. So I'm just a big proponent of, just find you the right one, man, and that femininity is a really big blessing in your life.
Yeah.
Because let me ask you a question, man. Here's my thing. A lot of women, a lot of men have not had the opportunity to have what you just said, that femininity rain down on them. Do you think it's does it speak to where the men are in their life to appreciate something like that? Or does it speak to the fact that the women have forgotten how to do that?
No, I think it's the men, right? Because we've all seen time and time again that women react to certain characters and attributes of masculinity. We've all seen that. They just can't help it. It's just a natural reaction for them. If they find a man that has those capabilities, he has those principles and he has those values, they automatically are going to get into that. Obviously, as a man, you sense that she does have some of that femininity. It's up to you to kind of get it more under control and more under guidance. But yeah, I really think it's the men, man. I don't think it's the women so much, because we hear about it on these panels. I see it in real life. It's like, yeah, the right man come along, right? And she will what? Yield. She'll be cooperative. She'll submit because she recognizes certain attributes that intrinsically she just clicked to.
Thank you. Arpain, you had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just go next. See, I don't disagree with Kasim, but you can't give the women all that grace, because a lot of time they talking is just cap, because a lot of them have priced themselves out of the market. But I do agree with you that the modern guy, the millennial and the Z, they don't have the patience or the well, here's what I'm going to say. A lot of them look at women like pork chops, right? They're all thinking about how I'm going to get laid, right, for the dollar they put out there. So they wouldn't be able to recognize a woman that has femininity if she slapped them in the face. No. Because they're looking at they're just looking for all the red flags. And I can give you an example. I had a good example about, a yellow flag. And, I'm going to think about it before we leave here, that they don't really challenge women the way they should challenge them, to see whether they'll acquiesce to the things that they want. But they'll either fold like a cheap suit or run away because they say, oh, that's a red flag. So some women could be, I don't want to say reformed, some women just need to be checked. And I don't think there's enough men who are willing to check women at the point of where they need to check them. Right? So, and I think that's one of their problems. And so, yeah, men need to be masculine. And I think, but if you have a plan, I agree with you. Women will follow you. But I don't think the guys have enough patience to put the woman in the right frame of mind to do that, because they're already at a deficit for other reasons. They either want to smash, but they don't want relationships, right? A lot of men don't want relationships because they're worrying about the legal system. A lot of women want relationships because they want to smash as many people without impunity, right? So, I mean, I don't know how we bridge that divide, but you're partially right. But I think you give the women a little bit too much grace, because a lot of women have priced themselves out of the market. Black women especially.
Go ahead, Kasim.
No, Arpain, I'm not saying that, just give them all autonomy and just be totally negligent and reckless, with them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when you're looking for a certain type of woman, you should look for the potential in her femininity, right? And you should have a certain standard of what that femininity guideline looks like. And if she has something that you can build on, right, then you start to pour into her. But obviously there's certain criteria that you're going to look for, before you even get down that road.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this, Arpain. There's a lot of women who say that they're not going to reveal their femininity until they meet the man who allows them to reveal that. So with that being said, how is a man to determine whether or not that woman is feminine if she refuses or does not allow him to see the portion of her that he's looking for?
Yeah, but see, that's part of me saying they price themselves out of the market, because they can't put all the risk on one side, right? If she's going to say to a man, you got to show me that you're husband material before I even give you an inkling that I'm somebody you would marry, she eliminates herself.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is that what we need to do, and I'm gonna be real quick. If a man wants to get married and a woman actually wants to get married, they should be able to negotiate how they're going to do that together. Right? And forget about all the shit around them, the social media and all that. If you really want to be married, miss, and you really want to be married, mister, and we meet, we should be able to have conversations that move us in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that's all I'm saying. The rest of it is noise. You know, it's really noise. And the fact that we can't even do that minimum. And here's what I said on another show. People don't look at the forces that are making us incompatible with each other. Think about it. Biologically, you got the LBGYNs, whatever the hell. You got the culturally, it's ratchet. And environmentally, with the laws, they're all anti-marriage. They're using, and it's all commercial based for money. And they're using all of that to keep us apart. That's a lot of force. And it's still not completely successful because men and women are meant to be together. That's a natural thing. So they got to do all kinds of crazy shit to keep us apart. And we missed the program. We're being programmed. And so that's why we could still find love in the midst of all this shit. And when I put that damn balloon show on, I would never watch that. But that sister, that first sister we had on, was a prize. She was a
workout lady. Yeah, the workout lady. The lady
with the brown dress.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at her. I said, you know, I was gonna get in trouble. I said, wait a minute. Everybody telling me there's no women like that left. She proved that that's bullshit. And she looked good standing in there. And as soon as she opened her mouth, you had to give her 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what though, Arpain, I want to piggyback off of that, right? I remember, you know, before I got into the relationship and I was single, you know, I had to take the time to get my mental right, to get myself together, to get my foundation right. So therefore I could be that person. And I remember when I came out the wilderness and I started looking, I started dating, a lot of women would be like, no, Kasim, I can't fuck with you. You look like you got your shit together. Right. And I heard that so many times. Right. But it was at that time I was torn because my mind was set, but then I still was feeling the pull for a certain type of woman. Right. That I like physically. And then those women would tell me, like, you know what, I can't mess with you because you look like you got your shit together. You don't really need any of my help. And what that did was that just weeded out the individual women that wasn't really good for me. Right. Mm-hmm. And then I started meeting other women that was like, hey, like, you know what? And then I kind of narrowed down, you know, between the two that I was seeing, and I chose one. So I think, you know, just be right. The right one will recognize your attributes and recognize your value and recognize the things that the potential that you have to do. She will normally gravitate to you, and your light will repel the ones that's not for you.
Absolutely. And that's why I say the dating scene is screwed up, because what did you just say right now, Kasim? I had something similar to that, but it was told to me this way. You're not boyfriend material, but you're husband material. I can't deal with you right now. And I got that in my early 20s. A lot. Trying to get to know somebody, and they're telling me, oh, you're not boyfriend material, you're husband material. What are you trying to say? That I'm too much of a
that's like telling somebody you're too nice. Damn.
You know what?
It's not you. It's me.
Right. That's foolishness. But to speak to what Kasim said, to speak to what Kasim said, it don't matter what they think because the right one answered the call.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He said, you know, I had an appetite for this, but all of a sudden I realized that didn't recognize me as a prize. You know, Anissa will tell you in a minute that she wants her man to be established. Ain't that right, Anissa? He got to cut his hair. He got to cut his own grass because you ain't finna get out in that yard. You know what I'm saying?
At this stage in my life, he needs to be established. Absolutely.
Thank you. You just can't come any old kind of way, and that's
he can't be a 40-year-old rapper and ain't nothing happen.
No.
Yeah, he's selling beats on YouTube.
Trying to get on.
Come on. Hey, can you get in here and save us and speak to this?
I can't come in and save y'all because I want to start trouble.
Oh man, that's
You
what
already
we
did
want. Come
enough
on in
trouble
here.
already, snitching on my people.
So I love what our pain said, but I just have a little pushback.
I know.
Our sisters should already be feminine.
Yeah.
They should be already. It shouldn't have to take a certain man to come along to make them feminine. You know what I'm saying? Even me too, growing up, because my mom, when you come from the hyena clan, and your mama, your aunties in them, and they teach you to be a certain way, you think that this makes sense until you get out there in the real world and you meet men that are good. You met like amazing men, but they couldn't stop at you because they like, wait a minute, you're not feminine enough. You know what I'm saying? You too rough. You got a mouth. You nasty. I can't mess with you. You're a nice person, but you're not feminine enough. And our girls, a lot of our melanated sisters are not feminine enough. And if you look on a lot of these panels you see on YouTube, a lot of these panels tell on these women. They get up here, they be going at it with these men like they crazy. Nobody close their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And we think this makes sense. And they'll tell you when the right man come along, I'm gonna know how to be feminine. No, you're not. No, you're not. What's gonna happen is he already gonna see you from the corner doing your bull crap, and he gonna keep it moving. You have missed this man 4 times. I keep telling y'all that. When you don't use that femininity, that is power, honey. That is power. That is like a woman's superpower, but she does not know how to wield it. She doesn't, especially the ones in our community. They do not know how to wield that feminine power. And back in ancient days, women wielded that feminine power. It destroyed nations. I'm not trying to be funny, but it did. It destroyed nations.
Well, it killed them too.
All over. All because she said, she touched him on his chest, because I do this to my husband all the time. She touched him on his chest. And she looked at him and she said, can you do this for me? I love you so much. Can you do this for me? And you will see a king go to war because his wife want that land.
It's like taking candy from a baby.
See what I'm saying?
Well, I thought I said the same thing. You made it sound a little equal when you said it.
I'm just saying.
You're right. I agree with you.
These women who get on social media talking about when a right man come along.
Yeah, I never agree with that.
You missed him 4 times. The right
Yeah,
man.
he was
4 times.
That's what I'm saying.
He was there earlier that day.
When I say women price themselves out the market, that's what I mean.
I'm gonna share something with y'all too. I would have missed my husband a long time ago. I'm gonna share with you why. When he was in the laundromat trying to put his clothes in the dryer, me and some other women was laughing at him, right? We was laughing at him. He wasn't putting in the clothes correctly. We was laughing at him. And one of the sisters said to me, go over there and help him. I'm not going over there to help him. He said, no, go over there and help him. So I walked over there. I said, baby, you're not putting in the clothes properly. Now, what I could have said is, I could have said with the mouth I got, I could have said, motherfucker, you don't know how to put these clothes in this box to see
Your confident ass.
What are you dumb? What is you dumb?
Yeah.
Right? But
I can tell you don't get no ass.
I would have missed my blessing. What I did, I walked over to him. I said, baby, that's not how you put them clothes in the wash machine. And he looked at me. He said, can you help me? I said, sure, I can help you. And I helped him separate his clothes, put it in the wash machine. And I went back to my table and started folding my clothes, right? He came over there to me and he handed me his phone. I said, what you want? Just like that. He said, I want your number. I need you to put it in there right now. I looked at him. I said, wait a minute. He said, you ain't got no man, right? I said, why would you think I don't have no man? He said, I don't see no ring on your finger, though. So I want to be your friend. I said, I don't need no friend. He said, no, I'm a nice friend. See, you know what I'm saying? All because my femininity worked. Now, after that, all the other training had to come in from me.
You said it earlier. You said it earlier. Yeah, you said it earlier, Teggy. You said he drug you out of the hyena pack.
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
JT, and let's not forget JT. She said he never tap out.
Hold on a second, Black David. Jackie, I'm going to ask you a follow-up question.
Yeah, okay.
Why is it that today's woman feels like that their femininity is not valuable?
Okay, so this is going to hurt a little bit when I tell y'all this. See, because our mothers taught us that we must be strong. That we must handle everything on our own. And this is the old saying they used to tell us back in the day, I could do bad all by myself. So women don't value being feminine, not knowing that being feminine sunk nations from being feminine. Just one night with that king in that bedroom sunk a whole kingdom because she wanted something from that kingdom, and she told this man that loved her so much because of her femininity. This man went out, and all he had in his mind is that my wife saw something gold in your kingdom and she wanted it. That's all he knew, and he was going to tear up everything. So our women don't believe that this makes sense because they weren't taught it. You see what I'm saying? Our women were taught to be strong, and our boys, and this is so sad to say, but our boys was cuddled. They were coddled. They were coddled, and it comes from the mama raising them alone. And I'm not trying to give no shots at the single mothers, because I was a single mother too, and I raised my eldest son alone, and it took the world to teach him how to be a man. And that's the most painful part. Only thing he got from me is that whatever you need to get in life, you gotta work. That's the only thing he learned from me. Anything else he had to learn out in the world and when he linked up with his father. And that's the thing that we miss in our community. These men are needed for these boys to grow up to be men. They can't be like us because we don't use we use our how can I say this? And I'm trying not to be mean, but we don't use proper logic when it comes to things. When somebody do us wrong, we immediately get the crying, we upset, we don't know how to handle it sometimes. And only women who can really handle this thing is if she had a father in her life and that he taught her. Then she's going to have her father's logic. She's going to be okay. But when you don't do this and you let these boys grow up without their daddy, no woman can teach a young man how to grow up to be a man. No woman can teach a boy to turn into a man, and then a man turning them into a husband. I get mad with my sisters when they say that. I'm raising my son to be a husband. You can only raise him to be kind to his wife.
Right.
You can't raise him to know everything that going on in this world and that he got to take that shit. See, men go through a lot of nonsense that they don't even talk about. They go through bullshit at work. They might have ran into somebody trying to get to work. They got to go through all the type of nonsense with their boss in their face. And they know they can whoop their boss ass, but they thinking about their family back home that they got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Men go through a lot of nonsense, but we don't hear them. And so you can't raise a boy to tell him if somebody get in your face that you gotta calm down. You can't raise a boy and tell him if your wife hits you, you gotta calm down. Because see, a grown man gonna tell him when this happened, you gotta get out that house. You can't stay around this woman. Okay? You gotta get out of there. If she get indignant with you or she disrespect you, you gotta hold yourself. Do you know how hard it is for a man to hold himself when a woman hit him? You know how hard it is? He gotta like suck up every air in the room without trying to hit her. But I'm gonna share something with you. Them son husbands, it's easy for them to hit a woman. You wanna know why? They got their mama's logic. Mama done taught them if you somebody hit you, you can hit them back. You know how many young boys walking around here? My mama said if somebody hit me, I got the right to hit them back. Either it be boy or girl. But back in the day when I was young, if you hit a young boy, the mama will immediately tell you, you ain't supposed to hit that girl. You ain't supposed to hit that girl. Even if the girl hit you with something, you ain't supposed to hit her. But now the boys nowadays, they will hit you back. Now, is they wrong? They wrong. They ain't supposed to hit no girl back because they stronger. But the girl is wrong too, because she shouldn't be hitting nobody either.
Because he's stronger.
Don't. That's like you bring in a knife to a gunfight. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. But this is the problem in our culture. Nobody wants to talk about it. We're raising our girls to be actually men. And we're raising our boys to be women. And that's bad. It's bad, but nobody sees it. Everybody think this makes sense. You can't raise this boy to be a man. You want to coddle him. You want to make him soft. And then when he get out there and get a family, and when something go wrong, first person he calling is mama. Mama, she did this. No, you don't want him to do that. You want him to work it out within his marriage. You want him to not be calling you like that, because I'm going to share something with you. If he's like that, you're going to dislike the wife. You're going to dislike the wife. And I'm a lane because I'm jumping all around. I'm a lane.
Appreciate it. Go ahead, Grace.
Now, my dad really raised me, and he raised me like a boy. So I grew up masculine. And the fact that I'm half Italian, half Dominican from New York didn't help. And he would always tell me, you may want a man, but you're never going to need a man. And that was a disservice to me, because actually when I was going through my growing process in therapy, my therapist said, and you know, guys, I always say this, we're going to learn to be more graceful versus so gangster, Grace. You're too masculine. So I literally had to intentionally practice how to be a damsel in distress, how to let go and allow the man to be the man. And that was not an easy task, gentlemen and ladies. I'm still working on it, because sometimes that New York, it comes right back. You know, somebody triggers me or pushes that button. It's like, you guys never really seen it or heard it, but it's like, whoa, who just came out of there? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I hear a little bit of it. That's why I be like, damn, she sound like she just ran out the bodega right quick.
But the thing is, it's still there, but I have to actively, mindfully, and intentionally always work concept that's submissive. It's funny to me when now I was always submissive because I saw my mom be submissive to my dad, but a young woman can't just be you can't be submissive conditionally. You either submissive or you're not. You know, it's the same concept what Taki said with the femininity. It's either you're going to be a submissive woman all across the board, or you cannot pick and choose who you're going to be submissive to. And the more a woman is feminine, the more the man is masculine. And the more a man is masculine, the more we sit in our femininity, because now I make it a point. Now when I allow the man to be the man, I just feel so cute sitting in the front seat, being a passenger and being the lady. I don't always have to drive the car, change the tire, change the oil. I mean, my dad taught me how to do all that. Change a tire, check the oil, I shoot a gun, how to go fishing. That's why I'm into sports, because I was a daddy's girl. But that in turn made me very masculine. And I literally have to work on that. And some women have to recognize and acknowledge that and pump their brakes and be a lady.
So
you know,
I want to add something to that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to I agree a lot with what Take Heed said and also what Embrace said. But this is something that I learned within the, I don't know, maybe last 10 years or so. And I always, say I surround myself with people that live the life that I want to live. And so when I would start and looking at women in other cultures, and I finally had to admit something that I did not want to admit, but I don't mind, if Black men want to day out, that really doesn't bother me. But I was the type of person that would ask the question, why are our men looking at other women? And I really had to be honest, and I came to the realization that those other women are softer.
Yes.
They are softer than we are. The way they talk is softer. Like I don't know if it's genetics or whatever. I think our voices are just maybe heavier and have a little more bass. But when you listen to other women or whatever, they are, to me, I mean, nothing is an absolute, but they are softer in their demeanor. They're softer in the way that they talk. Their voices are lighter and, more feminine and softer and more carefree. And I just started really paying attention to that years ago. And I was like, that's something that we're not taught. Like Take Key said, we're not taught that as young women. Now I truly have both my parents in me. I have my daddy and my mom. That's why sometimes I talk like this, and then sometimes y'all say I'm toxic. In and out. But my mom was a very quiet, very soft, very sweet lady. And so I have a lot of her mannerisms, but I can't get off the charts, like my dad. So I have both of my parents in me, but I don't think a lot of us have seen that modeled. So we don't know how to embrace that femininity.
And Anis, I just want to thank you for saying that, because I always used to get called weak. Oh, you getting a Black man because you're weaker than us, or you're this than us. But that, I would get that. And for you to use that word just makes it sound so much more real, because it wasn't that I was weaker, because I can get with you now, but I just knew when to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I just knew when to, but again, it's a work in progress, because my daddy raised me to be independent, to be strong. You don't need a man. You may want a man. Yeah. Okay. Now you're gone, daddy. You didn't done everything for me, but I do need a man. But thank you for saying that, because I used to get called a pick me. Well, I still do. A pick me, that I'm weak, that I'm soft, but it's not that. I just know how to navigate through men, and not just Black men, just men in general, because I don't just respect a man that I'm sleeping with. I respect men in general, and that makes a big difference. So thank you for that, because I used to hate that.
People, look at the women that have the men that you want, and they have the marriages that you want. Look and at how those women relate to their men.
Thank you, Anissa.
Can I add something though, real quick?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
I will share this with y'all. I'm not sure if I use my femininity. I'm gonna share with you why I say this. I use my sexuality a lot, especially with my husband, right? Because I want to be feminine to him, but since I was raised not to be, the closest thing I have is my sexuality. So when I'm very sexual with him, it turns into femininity. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm trying to say.
I do. It's under that umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I be trying
Yeah.
to get there. I try to get there, but I'm not always there. But my husband accepts that because that's just my love language. So he understands that part. So I
It's
just
on that
I
tree.
always wondered that, like, wow, am I really there? Because even when we are together and we're just, in our space, my husband always tell me, "Girl, you fresh. You just fresh." But it's because I'm trying to be feminine, but I'm using my sexuality.
But I think that's a part of femininity, though.
Well,
Yes.
thank
Yes.
you,
I
Yeah.
tell you
It
what.
is
Yeah.
definitely a
I
Yeah.
didn't
part
know. I thought
of
I was being
femininity.
nasty because he always said, "You
No.
No, we want that. We want the sex, but more
Yes.
importantly, we want the
Yes.
femininity that comes with it. That's
okay."
the
It goes
important part.
together.
That the sex,
Okay,
the sex can be the starfish,
Yeah.
right? The sex can be the starfish, but that femininity could be, the touching and all of that, which is what we really want, right? So yeah, so we want that.
So let me add this take heed to the message. See, you're the woman who uses your sexuality with your husband and have a good time, and then you'll get up and make him a sandwich. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of women who do all that crazy shit, but they refuse to make the man a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? So he likes you just the way you are. So if you know that already. But I wanted to say something that the ladies already solidified in my head. And here's one of the problems with black women being a little harder. It's only really magnified is because black men, included in men in general, the way we live in the West has made men a lot softer. That's one of the reasons why that dichotomy is so evident. Because let me tell you, man, the black women back in the day were hard as hell. Men had no issues with them, like the way they were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact is, men in general have gotten a lot softer, and women have gotten more professional. So they put a little bit of professionalism behind the way they are. So we're going, like I said, those forces are moving us apart. But I'm telling you, back in the day, man, the women weren't no powder puffs back then. And I have never heard, even back in the dinosaur days, I never heard my father, any of the men and my uncles say, "Oh man, these fucking women are so hard." All that. I never heard a man say that shit in my life until now.
And
Yeah,
there's a
men
reason,
ain't
and there's a reason to that because
huh? Go ahead.
shout out to Mr. Bennett. That art was lost because it had been taught from the yesteryear. The black women of the yesteryear used to be like a village. So it's not just the mom that teaching it. You have the aunt, you have the matron of the group, whereby they all gathered together to teach the young generation how to conduct themselves as women. It was something we didn't culturally in our country, whereby you always have a bunch of women teach the young generation how to conduct themselves a certain way. So when you say look at other people's marriage and see from other ethnic how they conduct themselves in their marriage, it's based on who taught them, who raised them, who showed them how to respond to a man. Because I watch a lot of old school African American movies, and I see that a lot when I'm seeing the grandma and the aunt teaching a young girl, when you're cooking this, you do this. When when you set the table, you do it. And I'm scratching my head like, I don't see that today time. That because whatever happened the past 50, 60 years, all that disappear. When that's not being taught in a home no more, what do you think have? You had a TV teaching society on how you're supposed to conduct yourself. I'm not gonna lie, if you come from my ethnic group, most ethnic groups shut off the TV. Don't let the TV teach their kids.
Here's
That
my
is
thing, Black David.
obvious.
It's not so much as turning the TV off, it's turning your kids' minds on. Take
Mm-hmm.
heed, hit to something. And y'all, I don't think y'all paid attention to it. You know what I mean? She said that she used her sexuality to move her husband. That is a part of femininity, but that is not the masterpiece of femininity. The masterpiece of femininity is to be able to talk to your man and reach down inside him and inspire what's already there.
And I think that's what's going on with the society today. We have taught women to wield their femininity or their sexuality, matter of fact, as a weapon. You see what I'm saying? The minute he acts up, I'm going to turn off the sex. You see what I'm saying? The minute that I need something, I'm going to turn on the sex. But they were never taught to speak to him, speak to the king in him. You see what I'm saying? Now imagine if the flip side happened and men wielded their sexuality. You see what I'm saying? And use that as a substitute for masculinity. You'll get a whole bunch of men going around getting women pregnant because that's how they relate to women. Instead of talking to them and learning how to inspire them and to grab the greatness out of them. I think that's the problem. We need to get back to using our language. And it speaks to what Mr. Bennett said. You know, sometimes everything don't have to end up in hardcore sex. Sometimes kissing is a form of communication. You see what I'm saying? That we've lost. And I think my whole thing about this is that when you have a bunch of women who think that their femininity is sexuality, then you're doing those women a disservice. And that's what we're talking about earlier to this show about washing off the sex. Well, my thing is this: washing off the sex does nothing to teach you how to use your femininity to inspire your husband to greatness so that he can give you the protection that you need over your household. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same way with the men. It's one thing to have sex with your woman, but if you don't connect to her on an intimate level, it does not allow her to reach the security that she craves on the inside. You see what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is that we have to get back to knowing exactly what femininity is and knowing exactly what masculinity is and start there. And that's the reason why it's so important when people start talking about virgins and all this other stuff. And why old people tell you not to use sex in a clouds your judgment. You know, if it happens, it happens. But at the same time, don't use that as a method for you to select your mate. Imagine if you used your brain to say, you know what, I'm gonna not use sex. Like Mr. R. Payne said earlier. He said he had to clear his mind 9 months before he found his woman, because he would not have been in the right mind frame to find out what exactly he's looking for. He can speak to that to himself. You see what I'm saying? And I think we need to get back to that, learning how to A, examine ourselves to find out exactly what we need, and B, learning how to talk and ask about the right questions that we need to fulfill that inner portion of us that needs to be excited. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has their own inner voice that you need to be able to listen to. And for you to express that to another person, say, hey, this is what I need, is more important than having sex. And that's the reason why we're doing our girls a disservice when we're saying, hey, you can just wash off this and wash off that. That's not helping. That's not helping.
So can I just say something real
Sure.
quick, guys, and then I'm gonna log off.
Sure.
I want to just say this. This is why I say on my channel that your husband, when you come into your husband's house, right? You're coming into his kingdom. He has to train you to be his wife. A lot of women get upset with me when I say that, but it's true. He has to train you to be his wife. Because yet when my husband met me, I wielded my sexuality. Because this is what I was taught, that this makes sense. But I never used it like, oh, well, I'm mad with you, we're not going to have sex. I never used it like that. But I used it so me thinking that it's my femininity. But as we begin to get older, like in our marriage, like first, second, third year, the teaching that my husband taught me is that you still gonna have to learn this. You're still gonna have to do this. You're still gonna have to do that. That's why when my husband, check this out, and y'all gonna laugh at this a little bit, but if my husband get up in the middle of the night and he tells me that he's hungry, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna cook. Yeah, I'm gonna cook. If my husband leave clothes all over the bedroom floor, I'm gonna pick it up. If my husband want to sit down and have a long conversation with me, I can sit down and listen to him. I can sit down and listen to him and take heed to his advice. You see what I'm saying? I can also breathe into him. When he's going through something, I can breathe into him. I just don't just sit there, oh, you're a man, suck it up. I don't do that. I go to him, I embrace him. So with that being said, my sexuality got me in the door, right? But you got to do the work so that femininity can lock in and do the rest of the work for the marriage. So with that being said, every woman is a project for her husband.
That's right.
She is a project for her husband.
Absolutely.
So the way that she acts is the way that you had let her. Because remember, you are the leader. She has to follow you. So if you let her act the fool, that's what she gonna do. But my king was not like that. He was like, I can't let you act the fool. I can't let you, because I see greatness in you. I see that we're gonna have a long-standing marriage together. So my husband didn't let me do no chucking and jiving. And that's why I always say on my show, in my mind, my king is on a pedestal. Nobody can bring him down, because this was the same man who trained me, took time to train me and love me in spite of everything. So I'm done, guys.
So before you leave, don't take heed. What you're really saying is your husband has a message that a lot of men need to hear. Because when you get married to a woman, one, you got to deprogram her from all the past and then reprogram her for the future. You know, so that's really what it is. And a lot of men need to hear that from a man. We hear it from you and we believe you. But there's a method to that madness.
Mm-hmm.
There's
But
a
I
method
will
to
share
that
something
madness.
with you, Mr. Arpain. Arpain, let me share this with you. She has to want the change.
I agree.
You can't just go in front of the hyena kingdom and say,
"Oh no,
you the one I want to change."
No. I would tell a man never to try to change a hyena.
She has to walk outside the kingdom. And I'm gonna share something with you. I have said this on my show as well. I come from the hyena clan.
Yeah, but you are willing.
I was willing. You see, that's what I'm saying. She has to be able to walk out of the clan. Even though she might see the clan and they calling her, she has to say, no, I can't stay here with y'all no more. Yeah. Like, I gotta go, because why y'all ain't got no men? Why all these children around here, but there's no men? That doesn't make sense to me. So,
but that's the whole thing about when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Amen. You're a willing student. And that's the only way it works. That's why you can't save everybody, because everybody's not willing to hear the message.
And Teki got a point, because the hyena kingdom is very large.
Indeed. Yeah. JT, did you want to add something, man? You've been awfully quiet over here, brother.
Yeah, man. Quiet, man. What's up with you, brother?
Hey, man, you know, sometimes I have to be on the show, man, just to observe, man, to listen and take it in. I can't,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I have to shut the fuck up sometimes.
We really appreciate that. We really appreciate it.
I'm gonna wrap everything up. Anybody got any last comments they want to make? This is round robin. It's not a particular order.
Yeah, but I'm about to get ready to go. I got to get up in about 3 hours. Shit.
Right.
But yeah, this was a great conversation, y'all. This was one of those ones where I had to sit on here and just listen. You know, I said what I have to say, but man, you know, it's just one of those days where you just, you know, have to be quiet sometimes.
Understand.
But it ain't gonna be like that tomorrow.
Well, listen, guys, I want to thank you guys, you know, for having me on, you know,
absolutely.
Lost in Translation, you know, JT, Arpain, you know, Black. Thank you so much. You know, keep these conversations going, because these conversations, they do make a difference. right? There are other individuals that are going to watch this later on, and they might get something from it to help themselves, to get the nice harmony that we have amongst ourselves and with our spouses. So just keep this conversation going, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Appreciate it.
All
As always,
right.
it's a pleasure
I'll make it
having
quick.
you on the show, brother.
I'll make it quick. There was a great topic to final toward to the end because there's a lot of gems have been dropped, especially from Take Heed. I'm glad she meant what she said because there was something that security boss and a few other have been trying to put that message out, but no one wanted to listen, and she had to be raw and uncut here. So I appreciate what Take Heed is doing right now. But I would say this: what Mr. Bennett brought out to me about yesterday on Sunday episode and about my culture. I believe there's something we need to speak about because there is something that happened in my country that is very dangerous, but there's no law protecting women. So when he mentioned about the abortion part, there's a huge issue behind it, the reason why behind it. It's not a simple matter that can be resolved because we have been trying to resolve this issue for more than 40 years. So I'm glad to have the type of conversation to have more of this more often. So maybe next show.
I appreciate it, Black Daddy.
All right.
Arpain, give us something, man, to go out.
Yeah, let me just go. Listen, which all the women were great tonight. I think all the women were great tonight. We got little nuggets from their side of the house, and I appreciate that. So we gave them a little, so I think it was a good night. So this was like, we chopped it up really good. We went all over the place, but actually we came to the conclusion that you can't wash it off. You can't just wash it off. Not for women. So I appreciate tonight. It was a good night. So that's it for me. I'll land it right there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show was about washing it off. You know what I mean? Certain things you just can't wash off. My whole thing is this: we have to make sure that we get into a position where we're able to give each other what we need. Not so much as the sex, it's how we build each other up. And I think we're going to continue the conversation over here. What does femininity look like? What does masculinity look like? How does it play a role in us being better people? We're going to continue the conversation. I want to thank everybody for coming out. And also, on your way out, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit subscribe, and also go out and share the stream. We want to make sure that we grow the conversation to the point where it actually helps somebody along the way. Yes, we do have fun. Yes, we cut up. Yes, we do entertain, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we educate at the same time. So I want to make sure I thank everybody for coming out. It's always been a pleasure. Thank you for coming out for another edition of Black Men Unfiltered's Flipping Tables with BMU and LIT. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.